Alright, last we left off, as the group had survived an encounter with a familiar white dragon, they convinced the people of the village of Ciel that they were in fact saviors who protected some of the individuals that were within the hostel. While many others have perished due to apparently an attempted ploy by the Order of the Black Flames. After having their conversations with the soldiers and giving their statements, the group rested in the magistrate's office for the night and went around the village to see what they could find in terms of what they could buy or sell and what else they could do, including getting a job. But while they were waiting for evening to set in and for them to possibly be able to find the location of the smoke pillars, the group decided to have some moments together in which they questioned each other under the guise of poker. But eventually their learning experience came to an end, and they started making their way out towards the edge of the Swallowtail Forest, just on the edge of town.
I've actually gotta go. Like I said.
Alright. See Samus.
See it.
Hey.
You know how it goes.
Yeah. As that's where we'll start back off with the group currently there. And as you are all watching, looking for any sign of the smoke pillars, you hear Enoch say, "Well, I'll help without looking out," and you see some magic come from his fingertips before him, Azazel, and Orin all disappear into a puff of smoke.
Well, okay then.
No.
As it is now just Leah, Henna, and Bora there.
What just happened?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Can Leah do an insight check?
On, like, who or what do you want to insight?
What the fuck just happened and why did they disappear?
I mean, I think you probably just have to chalk it up to Enoch being Enoch, but it's not the first time I've watched him disappear in front of me.
Yeah. This time
the first time he's taken stuff with him.
Yep. This time he took people with him.
Yep. Instead of my entire life.
I want to imagine Henna just immediately looks for her loot, just preparing, just reflexively.
Checking the strap across my back, making sure it's still there.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God he didn't take it this time.
I think Leah sees Henna doing that and starts checking her own shit, just looking between Henna, am I supposed to be missing something?
Sure. Seeing a panicked expression on her face for a brief moment, you start looking through your own stuff, and everything's there for both of you.
I think Bora would just look at her little dart arm guard thing, just yep, all 3 darts are there. I'm not concerned.
Yeah.
So, I guess we just have to look out on our own.
It seems that way. Eventually they'll find their way back. They did last time.
I trust them. Very strained, she says that.
I trust Enoch. Blood starts pooling from her nose.
I trust Orin and Azazel to not die. But let's let's reword it to that.
Alright. So what do the three of you like to do now, being on the edge of the forest?
I guess we should look for smoke pillars.
Any sign of inhabitation?
Mm-hmm. Just anyone in the area, I guess.
I mean, yeah, sort of. You're all on the edge of the town, which is bordering the Swallowtail Forest. But the forest itself, you currently only hear nature and don't immediately see any signs of smoke that could lead you anywhere.
Well, obviously they're not going to be just sitting here at the edge of town, so let's just go in, see if we can find something.
Sounds about right.
Alright. So where are the three of you going?
We're just gonna go into the forest and look around, I guess.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think Leah will kind of pull out the whole nature elf thing and like kind of go into trees and shit and just do it that way.
Alright, so you're just starting to look around as you all enter the forest. Leah, you start climbing the trees and going from branch to branch, shimmying slightly to attempt to get a better vantage point and use your natural wood elven ability to, I guess, connect to nature.
She feels more comfortable around water and ocean, but forest is the forest, and she's used to it as well.
Alright. So do you have any particular destination you're walking to, or are you just walking in deep into the forest?
Walking in and trying to see if we can find any signs of life.
Okay. Anybody who would like can roll a perception check.
I do say. Oh, dear lord.
Henna!
Why not?
Sorry, I meant just from the three of them.
Oh no, I wanted to see if I could do better.
Fair, you did. But
I'm out here like there's trees.
Henna, roll me a performance check.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh yay.
Okay. So while you guys are walking, Henna just sort of starts, playing a song that she's working on, and it seems to be taking up most of her attention, and it's hard to keep an ear out for, anything around you, Bora, when you have a very focused bard on their music playing right next to your eardrums.
It's called Ode to the Great White Dragon.
And here I thought it would be Wonderwall.
Yeah.
No.
Oh no, you missed it. I'm the servant of a dragon now. Oh wait, no, you were here for that. So, Ode to the Great White Dragon. I am the servant. I will do what I need to do. My survival is imperative, apparently.
My survival is tied to this song, so okay, it's a first draft. It's interesting. It's got some legs to stand on, Henna. For your ode to the Great White Dragon.
Is now the best time?
Sorry.
I mean, like,
I just
you've got a good start, but
What if the dragon comes and finds out that I haven't been spreading the word of its majesty, and then decides to eat me? That would be a problem. I need to survive.
well, we're in an area with guards.
Your point. It's a dragon.
Leah from up in the trees. I'm pretty sure they would eat the guards as well.
Thank you. Exactly.
Even still, there are enough around that they could at least help fight.
We will be dead on instinct, Bora. On instant. We will be dead in an instant, Bora.
Thank you, Leah. My point exactly. I need to prove to the dragon, should it ever come around, that I'm doing what I said I'd be doing so it doesn't kill us. You're welcome.
I'm pretty sure it'll want to kill me anyway. You know, she points at the scars on her stomach.
Same.
Look, I worked really hard to make sure you guys survived. It's not my fault you didn't do what you were supposed to.
Murder people?
No, just act like you were going to. We only had so long to be there.
Okay. Do you see anything up there, Leah?
I have a 15. What do I see?
With your 15, you overhear this conversation and obviously interject. But along with that, you see a like a flock of birds heading southwest bound.
Can I do like a nature check or something to perception to see if that's normal or anything like that if I know what's going on with them?
Roll me insight. Or nature, your choice.
I'm gonna roll nature then, because I am.
Oh, wait, no, you're good.
I'm good? Oh, yeah,
You
that's
rolled a nat 20.
You know that they're definitely not acting right. They seem to be, this definitely isn't a normal, like, just migratory patterns or travel for these birds. This definitely seems more, like they're avoiding something due to being startled or something like that. Like, they are avoiding or running away from something.
Something is wrong with the birds, and I start just jumping through trees to head to where they were fleeing from.
Something's up with the birds.
Sounds as good as any lead. I'm just gonna follow Leah on the ground.
Okay.
Bora's gonna just contemplate for a second and be like, nah. Just follow after them.
I'm also going to stop.
Wait to see if there are any birds still on the ground.
I'm just saying I'm stopping playing Ode to the Great White Dragon because that doesn't need to be happening while we're approaching a potential threat.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. So you stop your ballad to the dragon as you guys enter the dragon's lair. Next thing you know, where's my song?
No! That's fine.
No. But yeah, it's fine. So yeah, you're starting to make your way towards the direction that they're fleeing from.
Are there any birds, like, in the trees still, or settling down?
No, there are no, animals or birds that you can see that are just perched on any of the foliage.
I should have stopped and asked there.
We should have asked those birds what happened.
She could.
I mean, yeah.
No, instead, she just followed. I think at some point Bora would start walking in front of the two semi-squishy people.
Sure. You are faster, so you managed to get ahead of them.
Probably not a bad idea.
Yes, the wizard goes up front. That's how that works.
It's
let the
Followed
person
directly by the bard and then the fighter. Yes, we make
Let-
lots of sense.
let the person who still has 22 hit points in front, okay?
We make choices. We never said they were good choices. We just make choices.
I think that's just the motto of this group. You guys make choices, whether they're good or not is a different outcome.
Pretty much. Okay.
But yeah, you guys are all just running towards the direction, or are you just trying to move quietly?
I'm gonna try and move quiet.
I feel like we should probably move quietly, which is why I stopped playing.
Okay. Anybody who wants to can roll a stealth check, but you'll be moving at half speed while you're stealthing. So, not quickly, but...
Do I still move at half speed? Even if I'm... what am I?
What else?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you'll move 20 feet because I don't, because you can't really move, you know, the half of 35. It'll just be weird. So for now, I'll just say you're moving at a 20-foot speed. Bora, I think, is also moving at 20-foot speed. So yeah, Henna's the only one who's trailing behind a bit with 15 feet of speed.
I am also the stealthiest of us.
Apparently.
Can't look at shit, but I can hide.
Yep. So, Leah, you think you're being very quiet, jumping from tree branch to tree branch, rustling them. Bora, you're trying your best to be quiet. Somehow Henna is just really crouching low and and trying to be stealthy. Easy enough at being 5'3".
I am the trees.
Yeah. Henna keeps low to the ground, which is her advantage.
My center of gravity is already down there.
Yeah. You're already so low to the ground, you crouching just makes it that much easier for you stealth, so... You'll continue. Sorry. And you travel for about 15 minutes in that direction, with no other signs yet of anything that's going on or what might have caused the birds to be scared. As I'll need everyone to roll me another stealth check again, or at least the three ladies.
Can I cast invisibility?
If you'd like, yes, you can.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Alright. Cast invisibility on yourself. I'm gonna ask why you guys rolled another stealth check when I think I asked for perception, unless I messed up really hard.
You said stealth.
Did I? Oh man. Okay,
You
then.
wanted to do perception instead?
Yeah, you guys can keep your rolls, but what's your... Each of you just tell me what your perception modifier is.
Well, I rolled it, so
Mine
That's
is
fine.
1.
So,
there you go. Perception is an 18.
alright, Bora, you get 10 for your
Yeah,
perception.
but Meryl would have been a 10.
Yeah.
I just. Okay, that's a problem.
And out of nowhere, you start playing Ode to the Great White Dragon again. No. No, you don't. But,
I just get very fascinated with the grass, okay?
actually, no. For some reason, your stomach is starting to hurt a bit. Just a bit of a stomach ache.
Oh
No.
So yeah. Henna, you're more focused on your own body. Bora, you don't notice anything. Leah, while jumping from tree branch to tree branch, semi-ish stealthily, you're keeping an eye out on things, and eventually you do see a plume of smoke coming from much deeper into the forest.
think I relate. I think I look down and see like Henna just like looking at the money or grass or something. And I'm just like, okay. And then I just turn to Bora and relay that to Bora.
Okay. You relay that to Bora while Henna stares at the grass, holding her stomach.
Alright, do you know about how far away it is?
Rune.
Roll me an intelligence check.
Intelligence. Oh, that's up here. Never mind.
Okay. Travel-wise, it looks like it might be another 40, 45-ish minutes of travel. So long as you guys keep pace.
Laura's gonna just take a deep breath and say, I'm gonna run. She takes off running towards it.
Alright. Bora, you start sprinting and breaking south, just booking it as fast as you can in that direction.
I mean, if
What
you're
about you
saying
two?
might as well all go.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna look down at Henna and then just be like, "Are you okay?"
Like, I'm sure I'll be fine. Let's just follow Bora.
I do like an insider medicine check.
I'm pretty sure the angels are probably-
Roll me a medicine check. Okay.
I don't want to know.
Henna is presenting symptoms of, Henna seems to be, sweating a bit more than normal, from what you know of her. She's also seems a little bit sluggish and seems to be constantly, like, holding on to her stomach. She might have some level of stomach pain, maybe just an upset stomach, or might just be constipated or something, as far as you know.
She's pregnant with Enoch's child.
Jesus, no.
Oh god, no. Look, I ate the eggs. I knew it wasn't a good idea. I did it anyway. I'll probably do it again. Let's just go.
Yeah, but it does. From what you can gauge, from what she's showing symptom-wise, there's nothing particular wrong with her. Maybe just some general, like, normal issues like stomach cramps or something like that, but nothing that you could really call an issue at the moment.
Okay, then I'm gonna just take off after Bora.
Okay. Roll me a dexterity check because you're jumping from tree to tree at this point.
Amazing. Why is it not? There we go. Hold on.
What do you roll? Oh, God damn.
Damn.
Okay, Leah, you just start jumping from tree branch to tree branch like the elf you are.
This is my shit, y'all.
So,
As if you were as if you were trained every day of your life to run through these trees since you were a kid. It just feels natural.
I'm sitting and I'm coming for your shit.
we're climbing trees.
And then there's Henna running and semi-waddling behind the monk and the very nimble wizard. Yeah, Henna, they're running much farther ahead of you, and you are definitely losing sight and track of them.
I'm not surprised. I'm slower than they are.
Yeah, unfortunately, one is jumping from tree to tree, and the other one is much faster than you.
Yep. Can I at least follow the sound of Leah in the trees?
Sure, roll me a perception check to try and pay attention to
Because that's
her
been
movement.
going so well. Hey, look, I'm marginally better at looking at stuff right now.
Alright, what is Leah's stealth modifier?
Stealth. +2.
Okay. After about a minute of running, Hannah, you no longer hear the sounds of either of your companions. You can no longer hear the sounds of the branches, and Bora was gone long ago.
Great. I'm just gonna stop running because that seems pointless and very disregarding of my own safety, and I'm just gonna walk in that direction now.
Alright.
Can I do a perception check to see if I realize that she's no longer with us?
Sure.
Rest well, Henna.
Alright. After about 2 minutes of running, Leah, you have lost track of where Henna is. And you can't see her.
Can I send Ta back the way I came to see if he can go find her?
Sure. You send
Okay.
Ta back in that direction. I'll say roll me a nature check. Or
Cool.
sorry, survival.
Survival.
Mhm.
Cool.
Okay.
I
Apparently,
think I found where all my good rolls have gone.
yeah. Apparently, this is now Leah's domain. All right, Leah. Fortunately, you're not able to lose track of the cardinal directions while you're here in the middle of the forest, and you send Tal back in that direction. After about 30 seconds or so of flying, Henna, you see Ta approaching your direction. Are you staying where you are, Leah, or are you continuing after sending Ta?
I think I'll I'll probably stay because I don't want to lose Ta. I'll
Alright.
probably stay where I am, but like, I would have told him like, let's go, hurry up, let's get this going.
Alright. Soon after, you lose track of Bora. As Bora, you're just running alone, and you realize after a few minutes that you're now running alone, and you can't find either of your companions.
We might have not done this the best way, just saying.
Yeah, Hannah, you find Ta, and I assume you follow Ta.
Yeah.
Alright. After about a minute, you are back and you see Leah, who's just standing on a tree branch, like a sturdy tree branch, waiting.
Hey, I'm slower than you guys, so I don't know what you want to do about that. Where's Bora? Did she not wait?
No, she did not wait. She took off. I have no idea where she went.
Okay. Hopefully in the direction that we're going. Onward.
Bora, roll me a perception check.
Oh, yay, perception. Boop. Not good.
Okay. You continue running. Leah, you and Hannah start making your way further in towards the forest, towards the direction of the pillar of smoke. And
It's fine.
After
As long as
about-
we well, towards the smoke.
after about 10 or so minutes of travel, you still have not found your companion Bora. And Bora, you are still alone, just running in the woods.
Are we
For a
getting
while,
close?
I would stop and just try to find my bearings.
Roll me a survival check.
Oh, yay, good thing.
Okay. You look around and you pay attention to the sun, which way it's moving, and you reorient yourself in terms of the cardinal directions. And you realize that you've been running northwest when you were supposed to be running northeast. And you don't know how long you've been running in that direction.
I would just start trying to run in the right direction then.
Okay. Alright. I'll say roll me a perception check, everybody.
Everybody, or just those three?
Just those three.
Okay.
Not good.
I'm not allowed to see things.
Yeah.
Hannah, while you're running with Leah, you still are writing Ode to the Great White Dragon in your head, and you're focusing on that. Bora, it was a pretty catchy tune, so now you have it stuck in your head while you're traveling alone.
So sorry.
This constant stream of fuck in 3 languages.
I'm so sorry.
Can I see like the glazed over eyes that Hannah gets and have Tal like nip her ear or some shit?
Sure, you definitely see Henna is like just sort of her eyes are looking in different directions, not looking forward, and she seems to be muttering to herself. And then you just have Tal like, just sort of nip her on, like just sort of scratch her on her calf, a little bit, and yeah, eventually Henna, you do get like a bit of a shock as you feel like little claws scratch at your leg, and then you see Ta.
Okay, I get it, but I'm a bard, alright?
I'm a bard who wants to live.
Yeah, I'm a bard who wants to live. Exactly. I have great investment in my own survival, thanks.
Tal and Leah do that same thing, like the puppy head cock with just like the eyes squinted, where it's like,
But yeah, you definitely lost track of your surroundings for a little while, Hannah. But you're still following Leah.
Okay, good.
Eventually, Leah and Henna, you guys come across what seems to be a gorge, and it seems to be roughly about 60 feet wide. So, Leah, you're now at the last tree that you can get to in terms of jumping from tree to tree, at least until you get to the other side, or take the long way around and walk around the gorge.
How far are we from the smoke at this point?
At this point, you are maybe about under 10 minutes away from it.
And it's across the gorge. Or...
Yeah. Yeah. You'll either have to cross it or go around it.
I don't know, what do you think, Leah? Should we go across or around?
can I do either like a nature check to see if there's an area that's like we won't drown in, or a perception check if I can see like a bridge or something for my higher like thing?
I mean, it's pretty easy to not drown for a gorge, seeing as this is a giant hole and doesn't really have water in it.
Oh, I fully thought a gorge was just like a river going backwards. My mistake is a lot of the player.
That's fine.
Okay. Can we climb down into it? Like, because now I don't know what a gorge is.
It's basically just think of like when an earthquake hits and it tears the ground apart.
The Grand Canyon.
Yeah, the Grand Canyon.
Canyon, but smaller.
Yeah.
How deep is this gorge that we're standing in front of?
Going to the edge and looking down, easily about 80 feet or so.
Okay, and how wide is it that we would have to spend time going around? Like,
To get across to the other side, it's like 150-ish feet or so.
Jesus.
okay, so what I'm gathering from this is either we go down and have to try and climb both ways, down and up, or just pretty much the same distance going around. Which could be less perilous. I don't know though. All I know is I apparently can't roll dice today. So leave it up to you, Leah.
All the rolls are up to you, Leah. Even the even the conversational ones.
Great. Fabulous. Just what Leah wants.
I can still persuade.
I
That's
know,
probably
I
the
know.
only thing I can do.
Mainly because you can't roll lower than a 10, even if the dice want you to.
Indeed.
So, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
We could divide and conquer. One of us go around, one of us go across, because that hasn't been a bad plan yet.
While you two are thinking of...
Look down at Hannah when she suggests that, and just like look down and see like the still slightly glazed over look in her eye,
Yeah.
and be like,
While you two are deciding what to do, we'll come back to Bora. Bora, at this point while you're running, you're just thinking of the song in your head and you're like, no, stop it, I gotta pay attention, but then every time you just keep hearing Henna's voice, like, singing the song and playing her lute while singing, and it's just like, god damn, it's too catchy. And eventually, you're just closing your eyes and you're like, come on, come on, come on, and you immediately bump into something without realizing it. And as you open your eyes and see what's in front of you, you see what looks to be a large, maybe 600-pound grizzly bear.
I think you hit it in its tender bits.
Oh no.
No, just from what you can gauge, you ran into it. You didn't harm it, but it, yeah, it just is going like, and it like stands up on its hind legs and just sort of roars in your direction.
Just stumble back and just be like, fuck, I'm sorry. Just like hold my hands up, not really knowing what to do at this point.
Roll animal handling.
What color's the bear?
Grizzly, brown bear.
Oh
It was almost a 17.
Animal handling. You're like, okay, you raise up your hands and you start waving around and you're like, I am not an enemy. Forgetting exactly what to do to avoid getting mauled to death by a grizzly.
Fun tip, it's not run away.
It is not.
It is not run away, and it's not make yourself look bigger.
go shake its hand.
I
Yeah.
actually don't know the stat block for this bear, so I could outrun. Maybe.
Maybe.
I'm not gonna try it.
It's a bear. You can always try.
Maybe it's taking levels in Monk, you don't know.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna try to run. I'm just gonna slowly just start backing away.
It immediately gets down onto all fours and starts moving towards you. Like, not running, but just, like, moving towards you closer.
I'll stop and let it do what it wants. Just keeping my hands in the air.
As it's just, like, moving, and you see now that there's, like, a carcass of a deer nearby.
Are you hungry? And I'll just kind of motion to it, like, go ahead.
Well, another animal handling.
Yeah.
14.
See, this is the episode where Bora and Henna die.
Yeah.
Like,
Seems like it's getting closer
The deer.
towards you.
I'll like step away from the deer. Just kind of show I'm not interested in it.
It looks like it's still getting closer to you.
This is weird. I'll just carefully hold my hand out, just like, hi.
And then just licks your hand.
I'm gonna just see if I can pet it.
I want to confirm. Are you going to pet the bear?
No. I'm gonna just. It licks my hand. It's like, okay. You're nice. Just. Have you seen anything about, smoke? I don't think you can understand me.
It's just standing there staring at you.
You seem really friendly. I don't really have anything. I'll pull out one of my rations in my hand and hold it out to it.
It seems interested.
And this is how Bora loses a hand. Got it.
Do you want this?
What do you do with the ration?
Just set it on the ground carefully.
Okay. It eats some of the jerky. It still keeps staring at you.
Is there like anything around me that would show why it's just staying there?
You don't know. The only things around you, like besides the trees and the general, like, foliage and flora, is just the carcass of the deer, like the half-eaten carcass of the deer, yourself, the rations, and the bear.
That's very strange.
I'd say you're the strange one.
What?
You look behind you as you heard a voice come from behind you, and you see this gangly-looking half-orc of some kind, very thin, almost emaciated, but looks still healthy, and just says,
Now what are you doing to my friend there?
I bumped into him in accident. I was just really surprised he wasn't trying to kill me.
What are you, some kind of sick fuck who thinks all bears attack people?
No, I just know that I tend to hit things pretty hard if I run into them. I was afraid I'd hurt it and make it upset.
He's a tough guy. You running into him probably didn't hurt that much.
She'll kind of relax a bit, just like, he's very friendly.
For now.
It's ominous. She's just gonna slowly pull the cow up over her nose, like, I'm not comfortable.
Okay.
So
Now
what
should
are-
He's looking at you dead in the eyes, and his eyes look. This half orc, besides being very like unnaturally thin, is looks completely disheveled and definitely looks like he has not bathed or combed in a while, and has these very like sunken in manic looking eyes, and is just staring at you into your own eyes and just says,
Now what should I do with this skin?
of the deer carcass?
Sure, let's go with that.
Well, you could turn it into leather.
I'm thinking using its organs and sinew for instruments.
Um,
Do you think I could make pretty music?
I think anyone can if they really want to try. And I'll pull my flute out, just be like, would you like to try?
he reaches out his hand, and you see like long, thick fingernails that have a lot of dirt underneath it.
I'll just set my flute in his hand.
All right.
Now, before I play, what brings a young thing like you into these neck of the woods?
Oh, I was just trying to figure out what's going on with all the black pillars of smoke. I was trying to see if I could help.
Ah. So you're not with those people or things, whatever they are.
What do you mean?
I saw a few weeks back some individuals, or at least looked like individuals. You know, 2 legs, 2 arms. They were dragging unconscious bodies in the direction of where that smoke is now.
Do you know how far away it is?
Looks towards the smoke.
Not that far away. That is, if you can make it there. You see, there's a guardian of these woods. And they don't take too kindly to invasive presences in this area. And well, where that smoke is coming from is in the heart of their den. So venture forth if you dare.
You'll stop and think for a second, just like, was there anything the people that were being dragged to the smoke had in common?
Nope. Looked like they were wearing fine clothing, some of them others wearing armor. But all of them looked clean.
He'll get kind of quiet for a second and think and just be like, did you recognize any of them? I'm sorry, I don't know if you really recognize anyone from town.
What town?
Seattle?
What's a CL?
You haven't gone to town, I'm guessing.
I've lived in these woods for over 40 years. I've got no reason to go back to civilization. It's
gonna
got
stop.
nothing for me there.
When was the last time you talked to someone?
Maybe 3 years.
She's gonna stop and think for a second. It's just like, can you understand the birds?
No, what am I, some kind of bird speaker? I hunt the birds, eat the birds, I don't talk with them. You don't talk with food.
She kind of gets this pout on her face and it's just like, I would offer to talk more, but that's the only real long distance travel I can give.
Good, you're already wearing down my patience for conversationating.
Sorry.
Now get, before I sick 'em on you and use your skin for something. I've never seen blue skin before.
Hey, you can keep my flute if you'd like. Think of it as a gift. And she'll just start running again.
Mighty kind of you, lass. You hear the laughing continue as you run off.
I'm very uncomfortable.
Alright, back.
That's all she's thinking to herself.
Fair. Back to Henna and Leah. What have the two of you decided?
Based solely on my history of rolls thus far, I think we should go around.
Yeah, I don't think Leah would feel too comfortable climbing down like 80 feet into the ground and then having to climb back up, especially with like Hannah and like another person.
Alright. So you guys go around the edge of the gorge?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Alright. Start making your way around the edge bit by bit. And eventually, up ahead, you see what looks to be a bridge that's connecting to the other side of a thinner part of the gorge.
Well, that seems awfully convenient.
But Leah, you notice something on the bridge. Henna, you don't because you're still mentally writing Ode to the Great White Dragon in your head.
Every once in a while, Tal would just like nip at her when the eyes glaze over too much.
Yeah.
Oh.
But Leah, you notice this armored individual standing upon the bridge.
Can I do insight or anything?
You're still a little too far to get a gauge, but they seem to be wearing black armor.
Do I recognize the armor?
Roll me a history check.
My history. Where's my history? Ah, there we go. not great.
Not as far as you know.
Cool. Alright, well, I'm gonna just kind of like pop my head down and just like in front of Henna and be like, there's a guard at the thing, please stop singing.
Should we go and see if he'll let us cross?
I can't get a read on him. I would like to get closer before interaction.
Okay.
Are you both just blatantly walking up closer?
No, Leah's still in the trees, and then I think, yeah, she's gonna actually cast invisibility this time.
Oh, I thought you had invisibility up already.
Yeah, but then I retracted it when I realized that you said
Perception.
you wanted
Okay,
perception.
yeah. Alright, so you roll invisibility. What about you, Hannah?
I'm just gonna go with what I can do best and go see if I can talk to the guy.
Alright, so you just start blatantly walking up while Leah, you stay in the trees. Leah, roll me a stealth check. At
With advantage? Because I'm invisible?
Yeah, at advantage.
Oof.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Cool.
Hopefully that means I get the good dice this time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Fuck.
That man makes dead eye contact with you now.
Alright. So you both start getting closer, and eventually you see the armored individual standing in the middle of the bridge turn their head towards you, Henna.
Alright, I'm gonna try and appear as open and friendly as I possibly can. Hi!
Roll a charisma check then. Or performance, your choice. If you're actively acting, trying to be not acting, but like actively trying to be as open as possible and friendly. Okay, 10. Good to know. Apparently, performance is not your strong suit. All right.
Holy shit.
Use myself. Hey, you did better than me.
It's all Leah.
All right, Leah, you try and be as friendly and open as possible, but come off rather.
Leah tries to be as friendly and open as possible.
Sorry, I meant Henna. God. No, I meant to say Leah. You notice Henna is attempting to be as friendly and open as possible, but comes off rather boring and uninteresting.
Leah's gonna just kind of like rub like 2 fingers up by her eyes and just be like, ugh, and then just look closer. Now that I'm closer, can I do an insight check?
Sure. What are you trying to gauge?
Who this guy is and how to like, how to appeal to this dude.
That's not really an insight. That's more of something you'll have to either ask about or learn in different ways. What you can do with insight is sort of gauge his general mood. Or pay attention to reactions and whatnot.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Cool.
Alright. So you start paying attention. I'll let you know if you notice anything while the conversation goes on between Henna and this individual. So Henna, you approach, and how close are you getting? Because they're maybe about in the middle of the bridge, which is about 15 feet away from the edge. So how close are you getting?
Close enough to have like an ordinary conversation, but I don't really want to be like within reach of him.
So about 10 feet away from him?
Yeah.
Alright. You see that he's standing with like a large hammer placed onto the wood of the bridge, and you're about 10 feet away, so about 5 feet off the bridge, or at least you start making your way, and you immediately see the individual hold their hand up as you're getting closer to the bridge.
We're hoping to pass?
None may pass the bridge as long as I stand.
Okay.
Who are you? State your business.
So, we were given a quest by the village nearby to investigate those plumes of smoke behind you.
Yeah.
What?
You just sort of, the individual just sort of goes like, Leah, they just seem pretty uninterested in what Hannah has to say.
Can I gauge weaknesses?
Roll investigation.
Cool.
Looking at them, generally, besides the normal weakness of most heavier armors, being the joints, they seem like they're pretty heavy, and this seems like a flimsy enough bridge. So they might not be able to run as freely as they'd like, if anything, lest they damage the bridge or fall off.
Okay.
As I stated before, none may pass the bridge. Turn around and go about your business somewhere else, or I will be forced to take you down where you stand. In the name of the Brotherhood!
Okay, so we're trying to take our business somewhere else, and we just have to take it behind you. Is there anything we can do to convince you to let us go by?
Best me in a duel and you may pass.
How is this bridge set up? Like, are there, like, is it like a normal thing? Is there like railings or stuff on the sides?
Yeah, there's like rope railings. It's your normal like rickety bridge with rope.
Oh, okay, shit. So there's rope.
Mm-hmm.
And he's completely blocking the front of it.
He's in the middle of it, about 15 feet into the bridge.
So there's no way to get onto the bridge but through him, correct?
Well, you can get onto the bridge, but you can't get past him to the other side of the bridge without without him moving out of the way.
Edge.
With my investigation checks, can I determine whether this guy is good or bad?
With your insight, there's no immediate gauge of whether they are evil or good. They seem like they are adamant, as if this is some kind of order or job. So you don't know if what they're doing is inherently evil or inherently good. There's no real way of knowing that. Unless they actively do something to that'd give it away.
Okay, I think I'll climb down and like just move towards Henna and like try to get up very close and whisper to her like, we just need to run by him. We need to just get by him.
Okay.
Now do you accept my challenge or not?
What was the challenge?
Face me in a duel, and if you win, you may pass.
What kind of duel? Because you might notice I'm not made of sword fighting.
looks towards you even further into your soul, Henna.
I challenge you to a dance battle!
Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's what you
I mean-
thought I'd say!
I mean, okay, I'll do a dance battle with you.
No, you're not. That's not what I was trying to be subversive.
It's too late, I accepted the challenge.
Yeah.
I will challenge you to any competition you deem fit.
Alright, music challenge.
You
Working on
fool!
a song.
Yeah.
You fool!
Hmm?
The individual says,
You fool!
and he pulls out from behind his back a lyre.
Great.
I'm skilled in many art forms. You are nothing compared to the might of my music.
Leah sees the lyre and whispers to Henna, if you win, can I take the lyre? Ask if I can take the lyre.
If I win, can my friend have your lyre?
What
friend?
The person looks.
I'm just gonna point like vaguely at Tom, who's still on my shoulders or something. Like, because
Fine, but if I win, I get your loot. It looks pretty.
Georgia vibes.
I can't put my loot up for her.
Then you will not have my loot if you win.
Alright, good enough for that. I can't. Alright, let's just compete for the right to cross this bridge. Let's
Alright.
do it.
And we will say that the winner is declared when the other one, we will state that the competition's winner will be decided by the other one giving up. Or it will become a test of endurance as well as skill.
I mean, if it's playing until one of us gives up, I'm good for that.
Basically, the person is stating that how the competition will work is that the other person basically has to concede and state that their music is better. If nobody's willing to concede, then it basically comes down to whoever basically stops physically playing their music first.
All right.
So
Do it.
Devil comes down to Georgia.
Yeah.
Now, just give me a moment.
As the person starts taking off their helmet, and they remove their very wicked looking helmet and reveals this very strong jaw-lined human man in his mid 40s, a few what looks to be battle scars, including a blind eye on his his left eye being blind, a long mane of voluptuous, dirty blonde hair that looks perfectly combed and maintained. And then you hear say, "Now I am ready."
Oh my god.
Things I expected. That was not it.
What was
Oh
that?
my god.
Sorry,
Holy shit.
what were you saying?
I said of all the things I expected, that was not it. All right, I guess we're gonna perform off. Yay!
All right.
'Cause
We will state that when your little lizard thing, touches the ground, we will both play until either one of us concedes and admits the other's music is more fine, or we will play until one of us gives up physically.
Deal.
Now. And then you guys both wait with your instruments in hand with bated breath. As Leah, you're just there watching this.
Leah's just kind of speechless with this book. Kind of was just like staring at the dude and just kind of raptured, not in the sense of like, wow, I'm so attracted, just like, holy shit, this changed so drastically.
Yeah, she's like, everything changed so quickly. But yeah.
Well, it's train wreck.
As you're both standing there, ready, eventually Ta hits the ground, and both of you need to roll a performance check.
Can I give Hannah the help action by casting like a minor illusion behind the dude?
So you want to try and distract him, but remember, if you cast a spell, invisibility breaks.
Yeah, never mind.
Don't.
Yeah, never mind.
Alright, so you both start playing, and Henna, you hate it, but he's good at playing this lyre, and his music sounds more fair and more subtler than yours, while yours is good, his is just a bit better. After about 10 minutes of playing, nothing happens. Do you concede?
No.
Alright. Roll another performance check, and now a constitution check.
Oh dear.
Okay. Alright. So, your music, you're playing and continuing to play, and his music and your music, Leah, you hear as both their music starts to dip in quality a lot. Like, they're starting to play songs that doesn't seem like they're fully performed or perfected well. And it's really hard to gauge who's doing either better or worse, however you want to look at it, but Hannah seemed to be doing just a tiny bit better, and they both seem to be holding up well in terms of physical endurance. Do you give in, Hannah?
No.
Alright. So we continue on with another performance and constitution check.
I think I might. Nope, I didn't.
Not funny.
Alright. Alright, so you roll 19 for your constitution. Unfortunately,
Yeah, I accidentally clicked it twice.
Yeah. Alright. So, while you're both continuing on with your performance, Leah, their music quality dips just a little bit more. But in the middle of the song, it seems like the bridge is starting to sway, while Hannah's not on the bridge yet. The man is still on the bridge, and it's starting to sway, and he's starting to pluck the lyre, but he's trying to continue playing without stopping, but he's also simultaneously trying to keep his balance, and he's losing the rhythm of it a bit. He's not doing as well, but he doesn't seem to be willing to give up either. He seems to start, with him trying to multitask all these things, he's starting to wear down a bit in terms of his constitution. Alright. I assume, again, Hannah, I assume you're not giving in.
I am not. And I'd also like to use unsettling words on him.
So you want to use unsettling words for this next check?
Yeah.
Alright, for the performance or constitution?
Performance.
Okay. What are you saying to trip them up?
It seems as though your footing is coming loose. If you're not careful, you're not gonna lose only the battle, but also your life.
Okay. I think what is it, that you roll a d6 and subtract that?
Yeah.
Alright, roll the d6.
You want me to roll it?
Yeah, you roll the d6. Alright, 4. You see that he's definitely looking a little nervous, but continues on. Alright.
Oh, I have to roll both again?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
While this is going on, you rolled -4. Alright. So while this is going on, you're definitely playing better music than him. He's still trying to multitask, but his endurance is still much higher than yours. And Henna, your fingers are starting to go numb, and your leg and your hands are starting to shake. You don't think you can last much longer in terms of playing the music. Do you concede?
No.
All right. At this point, if you
Nothing else, I have my stubbornness.
with your Constitution check being a natural 1, the next time that you roll below a 10 for a Constitution check, basically Henna is going to stop and she will lose the competition.
Okay.
So either he has to give up, or he either has to admit that your music is better, or he has to give up before that happens.
Okay.
So, another 2 checks, and you can use unsettling words again if you'd like, or is it only like on a short rest or long rest?
I can use it 2 more times, but I don't want to yet.
Okay. Another performance and Constitution check. Alright. You're keeping up both your performance and strength, but his music is starting to get better than yours, Henna. And he's continuing to hold his endurance, so you guys are still on equal footing. Roll it again if you'd like, and do you want to use unsettling words for this or no?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
I've lost.
Leah, you're
Only
watching.
person who could help.
Leah, you're watching this this battle of near almost completely based on endurance, as they're both just playing their instruments, and as the man on the bridge in the armor is trying his best to like keep the bridge from swaying by the breeze, and himself while also playing, and he's getting more and more tired, and he looks like he's about to give up, but then Henna, looking desperate, eventually collapses to the ground.
Out here with bleeding fingers.
Yeah, and you see her hands are bleeding and her calluses are cut.
Is she still playing?
No, Henna dropped her lute to the ground and collapsed to the ground.
Can I somehow use prestidigitation to make it sound like she's still playing?
You could also change her role in that Constitution.
Yeah, I know.
Do you want to or no?
Well, I'm asking the question about the prestidigitation first.
The person is looking at her, so so you'd have to. I'll say roll a performance check at disadvantage, and it'll basically have to be a 20 for you to, not necessarily natural 20, but a 20 for you to pull this off.
So my question is, and this is some bullshittery, I want to cast Minor Illusion behind the guy of someone in Undercommon saying, like, just some bullshit, and then as he's, like, turned and or falls off, then cast it. The music thing.
Okay, but you'll also reveal yourself if you cast Minor Illusion, since you'll be dropping invisibility.
Yeah, that's fine. My thing is, I kind of want to have him. Here's what the goal is.
Yeah.
I want him to be scared and either fall off the bridge and or drop the lute, and have it look like Henna's continuing to play.
Okay.
So-
All right. Roll me a general charisma check. As you break invisibility and cast minor illusion behind the person. Fucking wow.
Never forget you're talking to the god of rolls here.
Apparently.
Again.
So,
Yeah.
so what you do is you cast minor illusion and you have it say just some bullshit in undercommon, literally, and the man says, "What? What is a filthy?" And I need to have him do a dex save now to essentially keep his footing, or he might fall off.
One.
What? What is it? Ah! As he immediately is now dangling off of the bridge by one arm, as he has his loot in the other.
Can I walk over and be like, if I help you back up, can I have your loot? And will you let us pass? And will you be indebted to us?
Roll a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Oh.
Roll twice, yeah.
You can use your rolls to change it if you'd like.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's make that a nat. Even if I make that a nat 20, though, well, that won't count, right?
What do you mean?
So if I use my 20 and
Yeah.
it's at disadvantage, it will still go at the 18. I don't want to waste that.
No, for those, okay, how your ability works is that you can essentially just change the roll to whatever it is. So it's not like you re-roll and whatnot. So basically, if you choose to use the nat 20, then it's just a nat 20 for your roll.
All right, fuck it. Then use the nat 20. I want the DILF to be part of our party now.
All right.
It's our DILF now.
All right. So you say this very quickly, and he says, "If you help me up, then I will be indebted to you, and I will give you this loot. Yes."
And then I kind of look at Henna. Is Henna okay?
She's okay. She's just exhausted
Is she gonna be able to help me pull this dude up?
from the 40 minutes of constant loop playing. Probably not.
Okay. Then I do want to pull this guy up.
All right, roll me an athletics check.
Cool.
I mean, I can try and help. Doesn't necessarily
Sure.
mean
Sure. I'll say you can do your own athletics check, Henna, but at disadvantage.
I mean, I did okay.
Okay.
And then holds him and doesn't do anything. Just holds.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Henna, you're advocating, you're being a manager in this situation, and just telling Leah how to best pull the guy up.
Yes.
Eventually, you do get the individual in the armor up onto the bridge with no help from Henna. And he stands up and he says, "Fine, a deal is a deal and an oath is an oath, so follow me to the other side of the bridge."
Leah makes grabby hands for the loot, for the lyre.
hands you this beautiful golden lyre.
Gets very excited and just kind of gets excited and is kind of doing a little bit of a happy bop, which is sort of not really shaking the bridge, but definitely a happy little bop, and just turns to him and be like, "If you betray us, I'll murder you in your sleep."
Okay. He just nods very slowly.
Leah, you should have been a warlock.
And it's just gonna very quietly fold her hands and go, "She's spent too much time with me."
Oh no, she's imprinted on me.
Oh no, I've influenced the innocents.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's press onward.
Yeah, as the two of you get to the other side of the bridge with the individual, he takes a knee in front of Leah and says, "For saving my life, I owe you an oath that I will protect you and see you have no harm done to you as long as I live."
What race is this man? Human?
Human.
Human?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Leah's gonna just say, very well, and if you break your oath, what is the consequence?
"If I shall break my oath, since you have saved my life, then I will take my own life.
Very well.
I will gut myself in. I will gut.
Be like, so we see eye to eye.
Yeah. I will. He just stands. He just on one knee. He says, "If I am to ever break my oath, then I will fall upon my own sword in shame."
What's the slowest way to die if you fall upon your sword? Hold on. Like, what? Okay. This is a really fucked up question.
Yeah.
But one is to fall upon their sword. What is the way that they'll guaranteed die, but slowly?
Nicking the bottom of the stomach so your internal organs are slowly digested.
That.
Leah's gonna be like, I want that. That's the way you fall upon your sword if you ever betray us. And I'm going to hold your word to it.
I swear,
Yeah.
I swear upon the gods that I will do just that if I ever break my oath and betray either of you.
Can I?
So what I'm hearing is the scholar and the queen have just gotten themselves a knight.
Yep. Can I do an insight check to make sure that he's not? Like, can I do some type of check?
Yeah, you can do
Insight
you can do an insight check. Hannah, you can do one of yourself if you want.
Hey, I actually rolled something not crap.
You're both very certain that he means it.
All right.
Then Leah's gonna kind of just like do another little happy dance and just look to Henna, and then just kind of like still like a little bopping, but like still deferring to Henna here, and just be like, okay, now what?
As you are gauging him, he says, "And upon this day you have gained the services of Gaston Moonshire."
Okay, that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Leah went ahead and won us a Delph. Great.
God damn it, why do you have to say that? I literally spit taked on my own face.
It's fully
I got iced coffee in my eye because of that.
No one oats like Gaston falls off bridges like Gaston.
I love this. This is great.
I think I'm just gonna high five Leah. It would be like teamwork.
I honestly think you went for Fabio, but you went with Gaston.
I fuck Gaston more. I love this. This is great.
Okay,
I fully want Gaston.
I'm just hearing evil cackles through the wall.
Gaston puts his helmet back on and he says, "Now what is your mission, dear ladies?"
What did he just say?
He said, "What is your mission, dear ladies? You said you had business here."
Yes. Are the Pillar of Smoke still going? Like, or did we just play through that?
It's still going. Funny enough, around this time, Bora, after running for a while, you managed to get to an area where you see a bridge and a bit of a gorge, and you see what looks to be some figures on the other side of it.
I'm gonna... How, the gap?
What was that?
What's the size of the gap?
From one end of the bridge to the other is probably about 50 feet.
Laura's gonna just use her levitate for the day and kick off the ledge just to get there faster.
What? No, I meant the gorge was basically where the bridge is.
Oh, then yeah, I'll just run across.
Yeah, I was like, what do you mean?
I thought I ran into like the middle of the gorge, saw people, and it's like, okay, need to get over.
No, it's just you're basically where Hen and Leah just were, and you saw them on the other side of the bridge, or at least people on the other side of the bridge, and then you just start running. Hen and Leah, you guys hear sounds coming from behind you, and as you look behind you see Bora running across the bridge.
I'm gonna wave my bleeding hand.
Yeah. Bora, you see Henna's hands are bleeding. Henna's hand is bleeding while she's waving at you, and you see them standing next to this individual in pitch black half-plate armor that looks pretty gnarly.
Halfway across the bridge, and I start to see the bloody hands just yelling across, "What the fuck did you do?"
Leah's gonna yell, "I've gotten a man indebted to me!"
I had a 40-minute playoff.
And lost!
I have acquired a liar as well.
I got
nice.
some
It's
information.
a really nice liar.
Leah and I just start like looking over the liar and like chatting about liar shit as Bora continues.
That is 100% what happened because I'm a musician and liar is one of my proficiencies. Thanks.
Yeah. Honestly, weirdly enough, Henna, now that you have a better chance to look at it closer, it looks somehow more expensive than your own loot.
Can I touch it? Leah, can I play that at some point?
May it still be in my possession?
Yeah, it's yours. I just want to borrow it at some point. Awesome.
As you get this beautiful instrument in your possession, Leah, you can now put Fancy Lyre in your inventory, or just put in a lyre and then name it Fancy Lyre.
Fancy that.
I would like to randomly throw out that when you were describing Bora running across the bridge, all I pictured in my head was a 6'4" version of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, she's actually rolling in a circle across the bridge.
No, I was more so imagining, you know that scene in Shrek?
Which one?
Where he's walking across the bridge and Donkey's freaking out, so he just starts shaking the bridge.
Oh yeah,
She's in that position as she's running across.
fair enough.
Oh my god.
You eventually get to the other side, and they seem to, and Leah and Henna seem to be having a conversation about Lyre's, standing next to this person.
Who's this?
My name is Gaston Moonshire, at your service, lady.
He's our new Dill.
Leah's gonna just nod and be like, yes, he is our new Dill. Fully not knowing what a Dill is.
Yeah, the man is just like, what is this Dilf you speak of?
Don't worry about it. It's you. Anyway.
My name is Gaston. But if you wish to refer to me as Dilf, then that is your prerogative, my dear lady.
Indeed. You shall now be known as Dilf. Alright, anyway. We should go to the fire now that we're all together again. Let's go find out what's going on over there.
I have information about that. I rented this really creepy looking orc, or half orc, and I think he wanted to use my skin for something. But
Concerning.
he said that he saw individuals dragging people to the smoke, and that they all seemed to have just the only thing in common is that they were wearing either fine clothing, armor, and they were all clean. Also, this is the heart of the forest, and there is a forest guardian. So...
That would be me.
I'm gonna look at the Dilf and go, Dilf, are you the forest guardian?
I am.
I'm gonna stop. Just be like...
Alright.
I don't want to know.
Wait, did he just say he is the guardian of the forest?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's ours now.
Well, what do you know about the people dragging other people towards the fire?
I know nothing of people dragging other people towards a fire, but regarding the smoke, I have only ever seen figures moving about it, little what looks to be devils and terrible stenches of rancid flesh and rotting eggs.
Oh boy.
Well, we're gonna go deal with that. Let's go.
I will accompany you on your journey and protect all 3 of you fair maidens.
Laura just puts her finger up, was like, I can handle myself.
Leah's gonna kind of turn to him and like very quietly try to explain like gender norms and like and like how you shouldn't assume somebody's gender.
I see. I have lived in this forest for many years, so I do not know of these gender norms you speak of.
Leah's gonna nod and then just continue to explain different concepts of gender.
Let's proceed while you do that.
Alright. You continue explaining gender norms to Sir Dilf as you continue through the forest.
Third Dilf.
Sir Dilf is.
I am writing that in my notes. That is now in my notes. He is Sir Dilf.
Yep, same.
Gaston Moonshire equals Sir Dilf.
So yeah, you continue on and eventually get closer and closer towards the pillar of black smoke, and you see now that it's emanating from some kind of possible clearing of some sorts, as not clearing, sorry, some kind of underground entrance of some sorts that's nearby this semi-open clearing of trees and patches of mushrooms and whatnot.
So wait, are the mushrooms in a circle?
They are.
Ooh, fuck. Can I do an investigation check?
We're just gonna look around.
Sure. What do you want to do as you investigate the circle of mushrooms?
I want to just see, like, if this is natural, and if it's not, what's, like, going on.
Roll me, I guess, nature check to see if it's natural.
Cool.
Why do I even care for you to do checks? Why do I even make you do checks anymore?
I'm sorry.
Naturally assume that she knows everything.
Hey, I think it's because you hope she's gonna hit that nat 1.
Not even hope that she hits a nat 1, I just hope that she rolls middlingly or something. It's always just like, oh yes, you know everything. Apparently you do, and apparently I might as well just give you the information without even checking.
Technically, that roll was a 15.
I know, but it's still, I'm saying middlingly even with the modifier, but yeah, still. Okay.
Look,
With the nature
look,
check,
she
you
needs
know...
that nat 1 to get the middle rolls.
Yeah. Okay. Leah, looking at this, you know that a circle of mushrooms can be natural, because they are generally natural, since it's just a circle of mushrooms.
What about the mushrooms themselves?
The mushrooms themselves seem like natural mushrooms. There's nothing odd about them. They don't emanate, some crazy level of magic.
Alright, let's turn to our new Dilf of the forest. Can you please tell us if this is natural for this forest?
I have not seen a circle of mushrooms before ever in my life, so I cannot tell you if they are natural or not. I apologize for not knowing this.
What good are you then? You don't even know your own forest?
Yeah, what are you guardian of if you don't know what's going
What
on?
are you guardianing?
Who's gonna turn to them and be like, be nice?
Alright.
I am
he and
guarding
I
a
do
house.
see eye to eye.
Yeah,
so.
and when you say this, the Dilfac, who was the one that asked about the question of what are you even guarding?
Me.
Okay.
Both of us.
Both of you guys.
We both just went in.
You see him go shifty eyes, like, side to side and say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You're not really a guardian, are you?
I am.
Of what?
I'm not at liberty to say.
Intense stare.
Hey, just out of curiosity, Sir Dilf, if I were to go stand in that circle of mushrooms, what would happen?
You would be standing in a circle of mushrooms?
Sir Dill said it's safe. Go ahead and step in.
I am a character who does a lot of things that she shouldn't do, and I think she's just gonna go step into the circle of mushrooms.
Sorry. Okay. Henna, you go step into the circle of mushrooms. As Henna goes and steps into the circle of mushrooms, she's gone.
Thought so.
Ignore my dogs.
Your turn, Mr. Dilf. Get in the fucking circle.
She's gonna just like have her head in her hands, like Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I only take orders from this young individual.
And looks towards Leah.
All right, Leah's gonna hold her like both hands out. Have Ta like just go into her shirt again, and then just hold both hands out and grab both of their hands. Well, okay, she's gonna like hesitate before, but make it very obvious she wants to grab both of their hands.
Okay.
Or it just grabs.
So does
Fuck it, let's go.
so does Sir Dilf.
Okay, and then she's gonna pull them towards the inside.
All right, you guys, all three of you step in, and you are now in the forest again. But it looks a little off. It looks a lot brighter, or at least more contrasted. The trees no longer have like green leaves, but are more like. Think of the trees from the Lorax.
Pastel.
What was that?
They're beautiful pastel.
Yeah, like they look like almost like cotton candy, like fluffy pink cotton candy.
What is this place?
I assume I'm here now.
Yeah, Henna, you're also here.
Alright, I'm gonna look at them and go, you guys see this too, right?
Yeah.
Alright, I was just making sure it wasn't like a delayed reaction to the eggs.
Yeah, and looking in the sky, you guys see a triple rainbow.
Triple rainbow all the way. Laura's gonna just start looking around and just try to figure out where they are.
Alright. You just start looking around, and it looks very unfamiliar to all of you.
Can I take a look at Ta and see if Ta's okay?
Ta seems fine.
Okay.
Just sort of wrapped around you.
And so I'm gonna start looking around to see if there's anybody else here with us that wasn't with us originally.
Alright. You start looking around. Roll me perception checks for whoever wants to do that.
That's been going so well.
Perception?
My ability to look at things is still...
Wow!
Henna, you immediately start thinking and start muttering some words for Ode to the Great White Dragon, and Bora, it's immediately stuck in your head playing on loop.
No! I'm so sorry!
Leah's gonna just like put her head against Gaston's shoulder and just be like, Jesus Christ.
You scream, fucking stop it, in primordial.
Leah, eventually, as you guys are making a lot of sound, you hear sounds coming towards you.
No, you're putting caps.
Sorry, yeah, Leah, you hear sounds coming towards you as as Bora is screaming, these things in Primordial, in Orin.
That is an angry sounding breeze.
I like to imagine she's just fully flipping her shit, just screaming, and her face is getting really red and flushed.
Yeah.
And
all we
I'm
hear
gonna
is,
start muddling lyrics and just stare at Bora like, are you okay?
we're gonna get to learn some primordial swear words.
Mhm.
Yeah, Leah's like taking note of the swear words. She's like,
Yep.
what else? Do I recognize, like, does it sound like footsteps? Does it sound like,
It does sound like it does sound like something's moving closer towards you.
like footsteps? Or like hooves? Or...
Likely footsteps.
Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna just... is Bora the one screaming?
Yeah.
Okay, can I, like, go to cover her mouth, but, like, hesitate before I actually cover her mouth?
Okay.
Bora, do you let me cover your mouth?
I don't think I get a choice.
Well, I don't want to touch you without consent, so if you look at me...
I think she's gonna just begrudgingly stop and just look at you like, what? What do you know?
Leah's
It
gonna
sounds like the
hold-
footsteps are right about next to you guys.
Leah's gonna have her eyes wide and put a finger to her, like one finger to her ear and one finger to her lips.
As you do that, coming through the foliage of a very odd-looking orange bush that seems to be sculpted into the shape of a satyr, you see an individual walk by. As would you like to describe yourself, Warlock?
So, I am a 5'8" water genasi, and I just walk by. I have a hood up, so you guys can't really see my hair, but you can see like fair skin that has the slightest blue hue to it, and just these deep ocean blue eyes that look both sad and yet kind at the same time. Like they're full of regret. And I'm usually walking around with my nose stuck in some like really, really dark poetry, but I'm dressed in this really pristine white outfit, nice leather vest holding on my jacket with long flowing trail, and blonde hair that's shaved into a mohawk, and on the edges of the mohawk he's got some braiding done, and it's about shoulder length where it's long. Everywhere else is shaved almost to the skin. And he's usually got a hood up, so you can't really see his features too well. So what y'all really just see is a tall, white, not even tall, an average height white shadow just walking out of this bush with his nose stuck in basically this world's Edgar Allan Poe.
Leah's gonna just crouch behind... Well, not even crouch, because Bora's taller than her. Just turn to look at... Like, move herself so that she is in some way covered by both Gaston and Bora.
Sure, you're now using Bora and Gaston as your human shields, and it's working.
Cool.
I'm gonna go ahead and be like, you guys see that too, right?
Yeah.
Alright, just checking.
Warlock, I'm pretty sure I don't need to explain what you see before you.
They're Dilf Gaston, super tall, skinny, blue-skinned Air Ganassi, and then an average height elf and a very short half elf. Right?
Yep.
It's 5'10", sir.
That is still roughly average height. Thank you.
But yeah, you see that before you as you heard a noise and came to investigate it and found these people here.
I will just gently put my bookmark back in my book, close it, fold it up under my arm. Oh, hello. It's been quite a while since there's been anyone come to this realm. Can I help you find anything?
This
We have some lovely satyr-shaped bushes over that way.
Mm.
What do you mean, this realm?
You do understand that you guys are no longer on the prime plane, correct?
She'll pause for a second and then get really excited, like, wait, what plane are we on?
Well, if my calculations are correct, I have spent the last few weeks walking around and hiding in the Feywild.
Ah, fuck.
Do watch out for the tiny red mushrooms, they bite.
Leah smacks her head on either the back of Bora or Gaston, whoever the fuck is in front of her, just like smacks her head like twice.
Ka-tink, ka-tink.
I was hoping we were on the elemental plane.
As you are all being informed that you are now in the realm of fairies.
I wonder if this has anything to do with the pillars of smoke, or if we've just come to a new place.
Speaking of coming to a new place, how did you even arrive here? I had to come in from a gate spell several miles away from here.
Points to mushroom circle.
You point towards the ground where you point to the ground where you appear, and you guys see nothing. It's just a cleared area.
I just see a clearing. There's nothing there.
Well, there was a circle of mushrooms.
Ah, y'all were transported by a fairy circle. They are wonderful pranksters, these fae. Were the mushrooms red?
They were.
You may have been marked by red caps.
I'm guessing that's a bad thing.
You remember me telling you to watch out for the red mushrooms? They bite?
Yeah.
That's a red cap. It also will chase you.
Oh, fun.
Their mushroom cap is actually cloth shaped like a mushroom that's dyed red by soaking it in the blood of their victims.
Awesome.
They're a nasty bit of fae work. They're considered under fae.
She's just gonna smile and nod like she understands.
Does Leo recognize that he's a water Genasi?
Roll a nature check.
Hey, that wasn't that great. Look. You happy,
Okay.
Rune?
Okay. Yes, I am ecstatic. All right, Leah. Clearly, this man might be suffering from some rare form of jaundice that somehow turned his skin slightly blue.
I don't think Bora's even fully noticed. I think she's more just like, the fuck are we?
No.
Fully just hides more behind Bora and Gaston then.
Bora having mild anxiety attack about how the fuck do we get back?
Well,
Can I do an insight or investigation check on the dude?
Oh yes, please do.
The new dude. Rune, is that acceptable?
Oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay. Which one? Would you prefer insight or investigation?
For what are you trying to do?
I just want to get what this guy's deal is. Like, is he a threat?
Oh, insight.
Insight, okay.
Okay,
cool.
Can I counter
Okay.
You don't need
No,
to.
you don't need to. She rolled a 4. All right. He seems very dangerous and possibly bloodthirsty, since he's been talking about nothing but mushrooms that bite and bloodthirsty things. He might be a serial killer.
Can I try?
So her paranoia from Enoch is countering the way I would have tried to deceive her. I would have wanted her to think I was the nicest person under the sun.
Yeah.
It's like this for Bora and like try to do it in the Orin, like do her best to try to do it in Orin, and then just like kind of pull Henna like back. What the fuck is Henna doing right now?
Henna's probably just chilling, and I don't know. Henna, you're being told you're now in the realm of fairies, which is an entirely new step in your journey that you weren't expecting.
I mean, honestly, what Henna has done at this point is she absorbed that information, nodded a little bit, and has moved on.
Yeah.
Everything that I've heard about happening to Henna, that sounds like the best response.
Yeah.
I will process this later.
Pretty much, yeah. She's just like, all right. Anyway, she's gonna turn to the other two and just be like, so do you guys think that this might have something to do with our quest?
It might.
I'm gonna look at Leah freaking out, look at the dude, and just look back and go, I think we're fine. Don't forget you have Dilf sworn to protect you.
We all look at Dilf.
He just stands there, dilfully.
Hey, Rude, what does stand and Dilfily look like? Can you explain that?
He stands there with his hammer on the ground in one hand, arm on the other fist like clenched and at his hip in the other, and he's looking out into the distance in a very masculine way.
Cool.
Like Fabio, but without the flowing hair and the wind.
Yeah.
Probably,
I'm not
yeah.
paying attention to the current threat. Just kind of out of it. Sounds like a father. Cool.
I'm gonna reach up and pat Leah on the head because her head's up from me.
Yeah.
So reach up, pat her on the head, and go, it's gonna be okay. Don't worry.
Yep, she's a solid 7 inches taller than you.
Indeed. I had to reach up to do it, but I patted her.
Climbs up outside.
Mora's gonna just kind of rub her eyes. She's tired right now. She's just... Alright, so you said you've been here for a few weeks, right?
Give or take, time seems to vary in this realm.
That's not good. We need to
Leah.
get back to the other plane.
Leah, roll me a history check.
History?
Yeah. Alright. You remember that from your studies that the Feywild is unique even compared to other planes of existence. It definitely flows differently and whatnot. There were apparently stories of people showing up hundreds of years later after being kidnapped by fairies and whatnot, or showing up only a few days later or something. It's also a weird realm in that emotions sort of control how the world around you works.
Emotions control the world around us?
Yeah.
Bora is not a good person to be around right now.
Yeah, right now you
You're
actually
gonna bring so much chaos in this realm.
right now you guys are watching as a few flowers and the grass are like wilting around Bora.
Okay, guys.
Everything okay, tall one?
I think I'm just gonna look at the two of them and go, guys, there's a box. Put all the feelings in the box. First things we gotta do is figure out how to get back to where we came from. I know this is my fault, but I understand that. We'll deal with it when we get back. Everybody, please. Box, feelings. Let's go.
Bora's gonna just stop and look at you and just be like, that's gonna be a little hard, love.
As it is the second time in which Henna has dragged Bora into a different area that she was not expecting.
Hey, I didn't ask y'all to follow me. I went into the circle.
Oh, tall, mildly intimidating friend. You would probably do well to listen to your short, intelligent friend. And I'm gonna point down, like, look at your feet.
I'll look down, just be like, oh, fuck. Just kind of slowly step out of it.
You step out of
It's gonna
it.
just follow you.
Yeah, you step out of it, and after a little bit, the flowers and the grass go back to normal, and where you're standing starts to wilt slowly.
He's gonna just take a second and say, "Will this kill me?"
Shouldn't kill you, but you might attract some of the more undesirable fae. Like those red caps I mentioned.
Okay. I think this is the point where I explain I can't really control that. Let's just get out of here as fast as possible. Please.
The rest, what does it look like where Henna, Leah, Warlock's character, and Gaston are standing? Is there anything going on with them?
Gaston, it doesn't look like there's anything unique going on around with the area around him. Henna, it seems like the things around her, like the foliage around her, is a little more vibrant and, I guess, healthy.
I have a meme for my character. One moment.
Yeah. For
Where'd it go? There it is.
Yeah. It also it also depends on what your character's emotional state is at the moment.
That's like his constant emotional state.
It's beautiful.
I am the fabulous Grim Reaper.
I love everything about that image.
Okay, so Henna's is like blossoming and like whatever. The dudes who we don't know the name of.
Sir Dilf.
Is there No. I know Sir Dilf has nothing going on.
Mm-hmm.
No, nobody's asked me my name yet. Nobody's bothered to introduce themselves to me.
Yeah. What is your character's emotional state at the moment, Warlock?
He's mildly confused that he bumped into others from the Prime Plane, but overall he's just kind of trying to go with the flow, but because he finds solace in reading gloomy poetry, he's probably got like this little personalized shade that follows him.
No,
but
actually,
everything's still going to be thriving and vibrant because he still just wants to be a naturally happy person.
I was gonna say, weirdly enough, the flowers and grass around him are multicolored, and like the petals of the flowers are multicolored, and they're like twisting and dancing around.
And yet there's just this little shade that is following him everywhere.
There is an actual manifestation of a tiny little thundercloud above his head.
Okay. Great.
Alright, so if nothing else, we have to get Bora out of here immediately. Hi, person who's been here for a while. I'm Henna. Nice to meet you. What's your name, and do you know how to get out of here?
It is quite a pleasure to meet you, Henna. My name is Kyler. And
Pinch your eyes together, like, please let's not give our names out in the Feywild. Can we get out of here first?
also, be wary of giving your name to actual Fae, as that could give them power over you.
I don't think I need to state it to you, Warlock, but I'm pretty sure you know about the rule of hospitality, right? Yeah, I'm making sure. I'm making sure. Wanted to make sure on that. Just wanted to clarify.
Since my name was I was given a name before I was asked for mine, technically, I am safe from the laws of hospitality.
From them, yeah, but I mean just generally.
Oh, yeah, no, I love the laws of hospitality. Actually, Halfling can attest to it. I am beholden to them IRL. Yep. Anyway, I will continue introducing myself to dear sweet Henna and point off in the direction I had just come from and state that that's the direction I entered this realm from, and I used a travel gate. We can try going back that way, but the gate's location may have changed.
Great.
We need to get back as quick as possible.
You do seem to have a very large target painted upon you.
She just kind of gets uncomfortable and hugs herself a bit.
Leah, you think in this moment, on the bright side, if we're in another realm, it's very unlikely of the white dragon finding us.
Oh, is that a dragon in the distance? How'd that get here?
Yeah. Oh, is that a white dragon screeching off in the distance? Like, how did you guys end up in the Feywild where that white dragon was located? That's weird.
Leah's gonna just reiterate that to Bora, like trying to calm her down. At least the dragon can't get us here. I think.
As far as you know.
I think, prefaced by maybe.
Still not gonna stop writing the ode to the Great White Dragon, just in case.
The response to at least the dragon won't get us is Bora's just gonna. I appreciate that you are trying to help, but that does not. I was doing fine not remembering that thing.
Are you sure about that?
Kind of just gestures to the dead flowers around her and be like, yeah, you sure about that?
This is for other things. I'm pretty sure, at least. Let's just get going, okay?
As you say that, you're thinking about where to go, and you're surrounded by what looks to be the exact same tree over and over and over again all around you.
Tell me it's the cedar tree.
What?
Please tell me Bora sees nothing but the cedar tree, mocking her everywhere.
Clearly.
He's just gonna... She'll kind of cover specifically the left side of her head, just really stressing out. She's clearly trying hard to forget about something in the moment.
Alright, let's just head in the direction that our new friend says the gate was last time he checked. And we'll go from there. One step at a time. It's fine. Everything is fine.
You see as the vibrant flowers around her start to go back to normal.
Are you sure about that? She'll just get this little grin.
Everything will be fine.
As the flowers and grass around Bora start to have a little more life to them again.
Let's just get going.
Alright. So you all start continue walking in that direction through these vast quantities of candy-like trees. After what feels like about an hour or so, you all see what looks to be a plume of pink smoke coming from maybe 40 feet by you.
Smoke.
Doesn't it look the same as the smoke in the other world did? Like,
No.
other than being pink?
No, it doesn't look as much of like it being a column as it does like natural smoke.
Mm.
I would like to point out that at some point I would have started reading out loud from my book of poems, and I'm going to read Dream Within a Dream
Sure.
out loud for everybody.
Sure. A bunch of edgy and dark poems later.
Dream Within a Dream is pretty amusing.
Does Leo recognize it at any point?
Roll me history.
History. Okay, where's my history? Ah, there we go.
Yes, you do recognize it. It's a poem called A Dream Within a Dream.
Can I start mouthing along to it?
Sure. Sure. You definitely mouth along to it. As yeah. No. Do-do-do. Sorry, what's your character's name again, Warlock? Kyler? Kyler.
Kyler.
Kyler, sorry.
Kylar.
Yeah. Yeah, Kyler, you notice, as the Wood Elven young woman, is just word for word, like, not repeating, but saying what you're saying at the same time that you're saying it. But without making any sounds.
I'm just going to grin ear to ear and ask her if she knows the poems of this author.
Leah's gonna just go wide-eyed and kind of just like look at him and like look a scared deer in the headlights for a second. That's it.
Would you like to borrow my poetry book at some point? Reread them if you'd like.
What would you want in exchange?
To know if they brought you any joy?
Leah's gonna narrow her eyes at him and be like, why would you want to know that?
Because I want to make sure everybody lives a safe and happy life. There's enough struggle and trauma in this world. We don't need to spread more.
Leah's gonna just kind of be like, okay, and just like hesitantly nod her head. Not thrilled with the attention being placed on her. And kind of just move towards Henna some more.
Sure.
Would Bora have overheard that?
Yeah. Same with Henna.
When he talks about there's enough struggle and trauma in the world, she'll specifically just cover the scar on her face as she walks.
Yeah, you see,
not even realizing it.
You see her just sort of cover her eyebrow a bit as you guys are walking.
For the flowers around me being fucked up again.
Yeah, they start to wither even
so
more.
harsh.
They start to wither even more and become like almost dark and necrotic.
Do I have my notebook?
Or a box. Feelings.
I assume you have your notebook.
Okay, can I just pull it out and make a quick little note?
Are you sure
Sure.
you're okay, tall one?
Hey, just, what you said there got to me. Dull.
Well, when we're out of this place and you're no longer risking your life by encountering feelings, if you want to talk about it, I'm here to listen.
That does not help her in any way. That would make it worse for her.
But for now, we should probably try to think of something else. Think of something that makes you happy.
She's gonna pull out her cards and start shuffling.
Sure, you see her pull out a deck of cards. Kyler?
Those are very interesting cards.
Thank you.
Boy, are we gonna have a story to tell the boys when we figure out where they are.
Oh, there's more to your travel group? Why don't you guys tell me about them? Suddenly, everybody else in the party is walking in a necrotic circle.
Yeah. I mean, orange.
Everything around Henna dies as soon as she thinks of Az.
Wow.
Never mind.
God. Just emotional death on the spot.
We've got 3 boys in our party. They kind of vanished on us because one of them is strange.
Well, there's nothing inherently wrong with strange.
You'd be surprised.
I don't know. I think he's kind of enjoyable to be around personally.
She's just gonna stop and look at him like, are you okay, love? Do you not remember half of the things he's done?
I mean, I do, but I also remember another half of things he's done, so, levels out.
And any of it was good.
As they're arguing, Leah's gonna just turn to Kyler and be like, he made himself blue. And then that's it.
He did.
Well, there's nothing wrong with being blue.
He did it to be nice.
Obviously.
He's
kind of
became
points
blue
at-
to be nice.
There's obviously nothing wrong with being blue, and she just kind of motions to herself.
What's funny
so
is that
who is walking closest to Kyler right now?
what's funny is that you guys can show him how the other party members look like if you have minor illusion.
I do have minor illusion, but I'm
I
very
do too.
hesitant about everything that's going on right now.
No, that's fair.
I think we should wait until we're out of the Feywild to start throwing around our party members' appearances and stuff.
Everybody starts shouting their names. Every time we meet somebody, we just give them one of their names.
Yeah.
So, quick question: who is walking closest to Kyler?
Probably Leah.
Leah, you would notice that the closer you get to Kyler, the more you smell light rain.
Gets kind of excited, but she doesn't. She still thinks you're a serial killer. So she's kind of just she misses the water so much, but she's just kind of homicide. And she's not the serial killer is not the issue thing. The issue is that she doesn't want to be killed herself. So she's just kind of
I don't care that you're a serial killer. I just care if you serial kill me.
I just gotta. I love the way you said homicide.
Homicide.
Who snorted?
Not me this time.
laugh.
Big Daddy homicide.
I get one occasionally. So.
Oh my god. Nightmare. This mission's a nightmare. We need control.
You guys are.
Do you think if others were here, there'd be any kind of control?
I was gonna say
No, it'd be worse. It'd be worse.
Imagine Enoch in this realm.
No, I don't want it.
I think it's probably a good thing that we lost him.
Yeah.
I mean, we've already traumatized poor Orin with all of the gifts and memes.
Yeah.
And now he's got this one. Bless you.
Bless you.
Thanks.
Leah's gonna kind of start not looking down but mutter and looking to the side occasionally and start muttering in Ogwyn.
Aquin,
That's right,
yeah.
right? Ogwyn?
Aquin, yeah.
Yeah, Ogwyn. Just nonsense. Just how her day has been, the discovery of Dilf, and not using Dilf's real name. It's actually referring to him as Dilf because she doesn't want his name out there.
I imagine when you said just muttering nonsense, the fitnessgram pacer test.
Oh god.
It's just she went to a very it was just her school's education class. Just
Yeah.
ritual.
The fitnessgram pacer test.
No. Oh my god.
I'm pretty sure you understand that, Kyler.
I'm just gonna kind of sigh and respond to everything in Orin. Just why are you babbling like a brook to me? Not even to me. Why are you just babbling like a brook?
Or it just perks up at the Orin.
Leah also perks up the aura, but not as much. She's excited, but like not as excited as she could have been.
And it's just out here, like, so there's drowning and wind happening, and you know.
Basically, what's happening
this
is that Leah is muttering to herself and is sort of like low whisper drowning, and and gargling, and Kyler is sighing in her direction, excessively and heavily. It's
I mean, at this point, Henna is so used to these two, just like everyone around here making these kinds of sounds, that she's just like, great. Being left out again.
One day, you guys will be in a party where you're talking to yourselves only in Aquan and Orin, and it just sounds like all of you are gargling water and sighing at each other, and everybody's going to completely think you've lost it.
Bora is going to respond to the speaking in different primordial to say in Elvish, so you know languages.
Yeah, Henna, you finally understand that.
When you're going, I understand it.
She's like, oh god, I'm included.
You guys are going to see me cock my head and just say something that is completely incomprehensible to all of you.
What language?
Deep speech.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sir Dilf is just looking to all of you and is just moving. You can see his head moving from each person who's speaking, one by one.
I do want to preface that by saying that deep speech is also the language of mind flayers.
Oh, I know.
So if Sir Dilf has encountered mind flayers, he'd probably be a little worried that their new party member is speaking mind flayer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
You wait, could you just a little bit?
I'm gonna just kind of turn to Delph and be like, what languages do you speak?
I understand how to speak the native tongue of the Mid-Meadow Kingdom. I understand Common, and I understand Dwarvish and all of its written languages.
I'm gonna just kind of nod and then just like, it comes across really condescending. It's not her intention. Just kind of like pat him. Like,
Bora's gonna just calmly look to Leah and just say in Orin, well, that's boring.
Leah responds, I know, but he's new.
He'll learn.
He'll learn.
He'll at least learn how to cuss.
How's her Orin rune? Do I need to make a roll for that, or?
Roll me an intelligence check.
Where's my intelligence? Oh. Yeah, fuck.
Okay. Yeah, you understood of nothing of anything that Bora or Kyler has been saying?
Leah's gonna pout a little.
So when she says that's boring, all you hear is that ing.
Wait, so I heard that in?
That ing.
That ing. Okay. I was gonna say if I heard that in, I'm gonna be like, fuck, I found her another Azazel.
That it.
No.
Just turned to Hen. I think I found Bora another mate.
Need another one?
So what are you all doing as you've just been standing here for the last, 10 minutes in game next
I
to...
thought we were walking.
You're walking.
Okay,
We were
so...
walking and
Okay.
talking.
Okay, so I guess you guys have been walking away from the pink smoke.
Walking away from the pink smoke.
Yeah.
Oh.
I thought we were
Alright,
walking
that was
towards
a
the
thing.
pink smoke.
Yeah, the pink smoke was 40 feet from you, and I was like, I guess you've just been standing there. Now you're saying you guys have been walking, so I'm like, okay, you've just been walking away from it. Good to know.
Oh.
See, I totally thought we were walking towards it. My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally thought we were as well.
Just having casual conversation.
Yeah, for 40 feet, and you guys have been either A, talking so fast it's breaking reality, or B, you guys have been, like I said, standing around conversing, since again, it was a 40-foot distance.
Oh god.
You do also have 3 of the language nerd characters in a party together now.
Yeah.
Wait, is Bora the third?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I mean, I know 3 languages as Bora, but still,
You also know how to write.
That's-
You also know how to write and read Dwarvish.
I just can't speak it
Nope.
because that's primordial for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even that we really know Dwarvish and how to read and write it. It's we know ghetto Dwarvish.
Basically.
Just out of
What do we
curiosity, does
decide,
anyone
guys?
else here speak halfling?
No.
Next time y'all start sighing at each other and it's just gonna start yelling in halfling.
Petty.
Yes!
There's only one language left on my list, and it will traumatize poor Leah even further.
Is it?
Celestial!
Oh, yeah, no, that's not great. Fuck you.
Yeah. The moment she speaks Celestial, he just responds, and then she's just like, "Life has no meaning."
I fully the next. I understand. So I've been probably cursed in Celestial, but I don't think I've cursed since we've popped up in the Feywilds. But
No.
if I don't start cursing anytime soon, I know. Now that I have my lyre, I have something I want to do.
Okay.
If we get out of this fucking place.
All right.
So
Yes, Lisa,
Exactly
out of
how she's been
nowhere.
looking at him. That's exactly how she's been looking at him.
All right.
Right now
why
it has
don't we go
been.
investigate the smoke?
mhm.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, smoke. It's connected to a cigarette.
You guys go over.
Really, I thought it was connected to a fairy.
You guys go over towards where the smoke is, and eventually you come upon the scene of a table, and around that table are a few like of those seat cushions that people sit on the ground with, and about 7 or so what looks to be highly vibrantly yellowish gold elves, all with these smoke pipes in their mouth that are emanating this pink smoke.
What do they look like?
What do you
Do
mean?
they look familiar?
None of them look familiar to you.
Okay. I was about to say, is this torture Bora hour?
No, I said yeah. But yeah, no, none of them look familiar.
He'll just walk up and just be like, "Hello."
Hello, 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 hello. How are you today?
He's gonna just start smiling ear to ear. Oh, I like you guys. I know it's probably a trick, but I like you guys.
Boom, doom, doom, doom. What's a trick? What's a trick? What are we tricking you with?
He's just gonna start bopping along with it.
Can I play along to their music? Their song?
Sure, anybody who wants to who has like an instrument can roll a performance check to try and blend in with the melody.
Wait, okay, so if I have proficiency in something, what does that mean?
You add your proficiency bonus to it, so it just means that you're able to use it. So what are you talking about specifically?
I I have proficiency in a liar.
Yeah, so basically you can just roll a performance check. If you have proficiency with the liar, then you can add your proficiency bonus to it. If you don't already have proficiency with performance.
Yeah, I don't. So what's a proficiency bonus?
Right now, your proficiency bonus would be +2.
Okay. So that's a 15.
All right. And rolled an 18. Yeah, you guys are able to blend in with their style and their rhythm very well, and it's actually pretty good.
Nice.
We're just gonna start smiling more.
Now, what would you like from us? What would you like to say?
Do you know anything about the... What's it called again, Kyler? Where we're from?
Fair ones, we are trying to return to the Prime Plane. Do you know where we can find the gate?
Ba-dum, dum, dum, dum. We don't know where the gate is. No, not today. But if you want to know the way, yeah, we have to say, go see the king and queen. Go to the summer court. And enjoy yourselves, as life is far too short.
Well, that doesn't sound like the greatest of plans.
Oh? We know where to go now to see.
Oh, this is going to be an ordeal.
How so?
You'll understand when we get there. Fair ones, would you be so kind as to point the way towards the castle for us?
They point in every single direction.
Can you point to the direction where we can fastest reach the king and queen?
They all point in a specific direction.
I thank you for your assistance.
Would you like to stay and smoke with us now? Or would you like to continue on for now?
What are
I
you smoking?
must beg our leave of you. We are in a bit of a time crunch.
Sorry, Bora, what did you ask?
So he just asked, what are you smoking?
And then very quickly had a white-gloved hand slapped over her mouth.
Leah's not thrilled with that, but okay.
You didn't ask consent!
Exactly!
I will give, the biggest side eye of, I will explain later.
Just looks a little sad.
Leah's gonna just huff.
And I will give them a polite, courteous bow and beg our leave of them, and we will walk in the direction that they pointed the king and queen were.
Alright. So continue off in that direction, a differing direction from where you were initially heading to where you last left the gate. Kyler?
And then once I am 100% sure we are out of earshot of the presumably Summer Court Eladrin, I will explain to the party the laws of hospitality and explain that's probably why some travelers here aren't seen for hundreds of years.
You might want to actually explain what the laws of hospitality are for those who don't know it.
Totally go.
Alright, so we'll take a quick summary right quick. Those of you who do not know what the laws of hospitality are, you guys know the story about Persephone and how she got stuck in the underworld for eating those 6 pomegranate seeds?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
It's that, but worse. If you're rude to a fae, they own you. If you give your name to the fae, they own you. So you have to be very kind, you have to be very courteous. If you are inviting a fae into where you live, you have dominion over them, and if they break the laws of hospitality, you own them. However, if you go and enter where they live, you have to abide by their rules of their hospitality. That's also why you do your best to politely decline any and all food while you are in the Feywild, as eating food here further ties you to the Fey that offered it to you.
Bora's getting stressed out again.
Just frantically taking notes.
Henna's going to do the exact same thing she did before. Listen, understand, internalize, deal with it later.
Process, deal with it later. So yeah, you're all continuing on in the same direction and eventually peek out of what seemed to be the forest that you were in.
What do we see upon exiting the forest?
You see this beautiful beautiful vista of like an open field, and above it is a flipped parallel of that field in which you look up and see yourselves, but it also looks like it's flipped on a horizontal axis as well. So there's no longer so where there was sky and you could look up into the sky like an orange sunset sky while you were in the forest, now you just look up and basically see a reflection of where you are.
Neat.
Now, in this reflection, is it an accurate reflection or is it a different season directly above us?
Accurate reflection.
Okay, so it's just a headache. It's not the headache.
No.
Got it.
Bora's gonna look at her reflection once and then look away again.
Okay.
Leah's gonna look in.
Just trying that box again. Not really working it out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look up and just see a cloud and be like, okay, cool, whatever.
Yeah, you only see the cloud.
Boy, I'm so glad that manifested.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Don't stare at your reflection if we've entered what I am afraid we have entered. And we must continue to try to find the king and queen.
Sounds good.
Easy enough to do.
That's what you would think, right?
Alright.
What do you mean?
So you all continue. No, you continue.
Well, yeah. Well, dear Bora,
I haven't said my name.
Yeah, that's true.
You
True.
only have my.
Yeah, you only have Henna's name, and Gaston was referred to as Dilf for now.
Yeah.
true. Well, dear tall one, the king and queen of this court happen to have the ability to be anywhere and yet nowhere. They can even do so with their castle. If they really wanted to annoy us and make us stuck here, they could take themselves into that reflection and not help us at all if it so struck them. So we have to do our best to do like those wonderful fae said and have fun, as the summer court is the court of fun and frivolity.
Well, I'm
It
a
is
performer by nature.
It is the court of don't worry, be happy.
Laura's gonna just smile and say, so we could play a game and they might come, and she pulls out her cards.
More than likely not.
Oh.
I can perform.
Try, but we should also continue trying to head in the direction that we were pointed. Although, I'm not entirely sure how much we should trust it because, like I said, the king and queen could be anywhere.
Well, why don't we walk and play at the same time?
That does sound like a plan.
Alright, so what are you all doing now?
We are continuing to walk in the direction that we were pointed. I do believe that someone is about to start performing, trying to summon, preferably the king and queen, if not some other, hopefully more helpful fae, to try to point us in the accurate direction.
Yes.
Alright, so, Hannah, roll me a performance check.
Only when it matters, right?
Yeah, only when it matters you can break.
I think Bora would
Mediocrity.
try to sing along.
Sure, Bora, roll your own performance check.
Can Leah also roll one?
Sure.
Rory, you're so off key. Oh God.
She's having fun. She doesn't care.
No,
Let's see if I can join in and redeem this. Nope.
Look,
Okay, so the best part of this is it's so bad that Henna would be hysterically laughing.
alright, alright.
I mean, at that point, I'd be having fun with it too. Just
Exactly.
Going
it's
along.
so bad, it's funny. So now we're having
it's
a
so
great
bad
time.
that it's good.
Mhm.
It's so bad that it's good, right?
Exactly. I can blame my performance on the fact that I have destroyed fingers from earlier.
So, while you guys are all singing and having, trying to have fun, Sir Dilf is doing some very operatic singing, as well, with his 18 first 23 first performance.
So now all I'm picturing is through, like, Kyler's sitting there singing punk rock, Henna's probably playing something very classical music-y, Sir Dilf is singing in a falsetto because he's got his helmet on.
Yeah.
I am picturing Leah just shredding on this lyre into some hard rock. And then Bora just sounds like she's drunk trying to sing to all of it all at once.
and
Yep.
she's also just laughing because she doesn't know who to go after.
Yep, she's basically like, oh, I'm gonna sing, then it's like, no, I'm gonna sing with them, and then it just becomes, like, this off thing.
It's so bad that it's good.
Like, I imagine her voice cracks once and she just starts laughing at
It cracks, like, a second into, you're immediately like, okay, I'm about to sing, then it's like, ah! And then it's immediately just a pause, and then everybody just breaks out into laughter.
Well, I don't think the ground is going to be blackening anymore, at least.
Yeah. You do actually notice that the ground around Bora has brightened up a bit more. It's not completely normal like everything else, but it's better. But yeah, you guys try and lure some fae around you. Fairly confident that that the terrible mesh of music, all with like 5 different genres of music being played at once, might not quite attract them to your area.
Fully expecting that it's not going to attract them, but the giggles and laughter might at least get some amount of curiosity.
Maybe.
Not saying they'd approach, just probably look and be like, the hell is going on out there?
Mhm.
Someone is having fun torturing a cat?
Oh my god.
I like how you do that and then my cat starts screaming.
I'm the cat whisperer. I make them screech on command.
Beasel's still quiet. I think she's in the den.
Beasel's just passed out.
Probably. I think her dad is still napping on the couch, so she's probably just there.
Just existing.
Yeah.
Alright. So you guys all continue, for a while. Just trying to have any fun you can and brighten your own spirits, and avoiding looking up at your own reflections. Eventually, you all see coming, like, cresting over a hill, a bunch of little specks, and eventually as they get closer, you see it's about maybe 20 yellowish, like, Dobermans, like yellow Dobermans with tails that have, like, fluffy balls of fur at the end, being ridden by what looks to be very vibrant, punk rock-esque gnomes.
I will straight up punk rock salute them, which is technically the wording of the evil eye, but that is random real world history that I know.
Mm-hmm.
I will punk rock salute them and keep trying to sing along to my... Basically, I'm trying to sing along to Green Day's Wake Me Up When September Ends.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we all went through an emo phase. We love that shit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a phase.
At least everybody's gone through middle school. You know, they go through that. they at least at some point have gone through a point where they were like, oh yeah, the only type of music I like is like emo music, like emo screamo. But yeah, they punk rock salute back, and they approach and they say, "We heard screaming in the distance. What is happening?"
So, we actually were just sitting here trying to sing and have fun. Trying to pass time while we try to find the king and queen. We're trying to get back to the prime material. And, well, none of us really share the same interests in music. And apparently it turned into the sound of someone torturing a cat. But we were laughing and having fun with it. Sorry if we disturbed you.
No, we thought that it was the Queen of Evil's forces that were in the area.
Are we talking the winter or the fall?
We are talking about the one of air and darkness.
Yes, that one. Okay, yeah, that... I believe she, last I heard, was still hiding in the Winter Court's realm. So, sorry if we disturbed you. Again, we were just trying to find someone who could help us get back to the prime material. We were told by some lovely golden elves singing and smoking in the forest that the king and queen were the ones who could help us best, and they were in this direction.
Aye, otherwise you'd have to wait till Ginter's Folly for you to return.
That's a ways away, isn't it? I'm just checking my timetable here.
I would say that all of you guys would know, like, at least to varying levels degree, what Ginter's Folly is. It's a point in the early part of the year in which the Fae sort of flood into the continent and are there for maybe a few weeks before going back. Like, essentially being forced back. So it's one of those things where there was an event a while ago in which part of the land got scarred and drifted off of the coast to an extent, but it became an area in which it became an almost opening for the Feywild on a yearly basis. Some people see it as a good thing, some see it as a bad thing, some people just find it annoying, so on and so forth. But yeah, it does happen yearly, and you guys are currently in the later part of summer, so it would basically be like the equivalent of you guys having to wait like 7 months for you to get back, at least easily.
So, yeah, we should definitely go and look for the king and queen because I don't want to sit here for 7 months waiting for Fae Rumspringa.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I have somewhere to be in 6 months, so.
I
Leah,
have somewhere to be in
5 weeks.
4.5 weeks.
Yeah, basically.
I have nowhere to be, but I'm going to stay by Leah's side, so.
I will look at our new, I'm assuming, guardly golden friends, and I will politely inquire, would you happen to be able to point us in the direction of the king and queen, as it does appear for our group that time is of the essence and we cannot wait for this event?
They point upwards.
Are they really hiding in the reflection?
No? They're in...
Would you be able to help us find a way to get there easily? We are not entirely familiar with this realm. I know enough to survive on my own, but I'm not completely familiar with it.
If you want to go get to the summer court, you have to go through the crying canopy. Follow the path until you land over towards the reversal waterfall. And once you get to the top, scream Grumbo Gimbo Gobble Gook. I want to learn how to cook. And then there will be a house that will come flying towards you. Tell them the words, Finkelstein says goodbye, but Finkelstein wants you to stay. Say that, and the chef of the house will take you to a place where you will be able to meet someone who might better help you get to the court of the king and queen.
I thank you very much for your assistance.
Mm-hmm. And be careful of the Queen of Air and Darkness's forces. Even though she may be in the winter courts, her people are always everywhere and trying to cause mayhem and be very, very mean.
I do believe that's how my new friends here to this realm. They said they stepped into a fairy ring in the prime material made out of red mushrooms.
Oh, it must be the Red Caps doing.
That is what I told them. So, again, thank you for your assistance, and hopefully that warning helps you find anybody creating mischief in your realm.
If you need any more warning, then I should also inform you that over the last few millennia or so, the Queen of Air and Darkness has been known to curse those who come in groups and uses her wicked wind to split them all across the lands. Stay close, otherwise you may never see each other again.
Laura just
I do appreciate it, and thank you for this warning.
Trying to remember anything else. Alright.
Please tell me we're walking on a yellow road.
Yeah, 100%.
The yellow brick road.
Follow the yellow brick road!
Yeah.
Follow the yellow brick road!
Now, men, follow the yellow brick road into battle!
As these, like, punk rock gnomes on these, like, essentially yellow greyhounds are all just charging down the road. So what do you all like
That's
to
a
do
good
now?
depiction of what's going on right now.
So, we have to stay together.
After the warning, I'm just gonna like kind of reach out to Leah to try and like take her hand, just like. Yeah.
Oh, as soon as you had said that you were sticking with Leah full on just started hovering very, like, a little too close to you.
You guys are basically now shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah.
Or arm to shoulder, since you're like 7 inches shorter than Leah, Hannah.
Yep. That's a whole head.
Yep.
So has her hand on Leah's butt, and Leah's kind of just like reaching down and grabbing a shoulder.
Yeah. Just reach up to try and take her hand.
You guys can still hold hands, but yeah, Hannah has to like lift her hand up a bit like a child holding their parent's hand.
That
I know, but still.
That would have been if Hannah was holding Obsidian's hand.
Yeah, I know. It's just funny to imagine, but yeah, I know it's not that bad. But yeah, you just look like the younger sister of the two of you.
Indeed.
It's the younger half sister, thank you.
Sorry, younger half sister.
Yeah.
Dad had an affair with a human. God forbid. God forbid.
Leah wouldn't be surprised.
Bard, we know this now.
What was that?
Leah's dad is now officially a bard.
Clearly.
Had an affair, that's how we have Hannah.
Yeah.
Plot twist, we're actually related.
Plays a C note. Next thing you know, Hannah's mom is just, completely in love with Hannah's dad.
Jesus
I was gonna say, the plot twist is actually that Hannah is the actual family and Leah's the product of the affair.
100%.
That's the
gotta
plot
be
twist.
Wait, how old is Leah?
Leah is 120.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. No.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Like, it'd be real weird if somehow she was the affair, like, hundreds of years, like 100 years, before Leah was born. Or, sorry, Hannah was born.
Yeah.
I've been a one-night stand.
You know what? He might have, during his heyday before getting married, just knocked up Hannah's mom and then just been on his way. Leah's mom, been on his way, and then, hundreds years later, he had a kid of his own.
I live for the fact that you can't tell us apart.
It's not so much that I can't tell you apart, it's that my brain works in a way where I think of the first two letters of a character's name and then the last two letters, and so my brain processes that. But because we have Bor-a, Lee-a, Hen-a, my brain is fucking with me all the time. And because it's also like 8 something for me and I talk on hours on end, so my brain tends to start getting fried more and more. And so yeah, it's just more of a lot of those small things compounding to... My brain just doesn't work as the session goes on further. Yeah, it's funny as hell. And I get frustrated because I'm always like, I know I'm saying this person, but I mean this person.
I'm still sitting here listening to the fact that he keeps almost calling me Obsidian and trying not to giggle.
Me? I didn't even realize I've almost been calling you Obsidian, I'm gonna be honest.
I've heard you starting to make the O sound and you'll say Kyler.
That's probably true, yeah. Like, I have to get used to calling you Kyler because my brain is always processing, okay, yes, Obsidian, but I know that you're not, so I'm like, okay, nope, got it. Other character?
And I mean, half the time when you'd be trying to say Obsidian, you'd say Orin.
Yeah, because then there's also the issue of then there's Orin and Obsidian, so it's just like, okay, we have 2 O's, and then we have the other thing where all the ladies' names ends with so I'm like, my brain just whatever.
We just gave you a hard
with the CH sound.
What was that?
I could have always gone with an Enoch sounding name.
You
That
could
would have
have.
been really funny.
You could have. But yeah, where are you going? As you were told, the best way to go is or at least the path you could take is to get someone who might help you find the summer court is at least starting by going to the crying canopy, but you have no idea where that is as you were not pointed in that direction.
Might as well head that direction.
No, you were not pointed in a direction. You were just told to go find the crying canopy, and that's it. And then the conversation went on, and then they eventually left.
Well, we could always try continuing in the direction we're going.
I mean, what else is there? Go back? Let's keep going.
We could always try singing and playing music again. That seemed to work well for us.
Yes, so well. Let's do it again. Why
Sure.
not?
Roll another performance check, everybody.
So good.
I rolled shit again.
At least you didn't roll in that one.
I almost did.
Okay.
Oh no.
I mean, it's 10. It's not terrible.
Teamed up.
I mean, like at an average level, you guys did better. Kyler did basically the exact same. Henna, at least you rolled decently.
Yeah, how unusual.
Yeah, basically you
figure
decided to
really-
go from playing whatever song you were playing before to now started singing Ode to the Great White Dragon, and immediately it started becoming catchy, and you started performing better.
And then apparently Leah and Dilf Dude joined in.
Yeah.
And then
Clearly.
you've got Bora and me. Bora's probably singing some childhood lullaby at this point, and I tried to switch over to something else in the punk rock genre.
Mm-hmm.
So, 2 of us don't quite blend in, and then 3 of us are actually harmonizing a little bit.
Yeah. 2 of these things are not like the other. 2 of these things suck.
One of these things just doesn't belong here!
Yeah. One of these things just doesn't belong here.
Oh, Marty.
But yeah, good. So you guys continue walking down the road, and eventually the yellow brick road starts spiraling inwards towards itself, like it starts curving more and more and starts going inwards until there's a spiral. As clearly it's a Fibonacci sequence. Yeah. Are you guys continuing following the road itself, or just continuing walking ahead?
I would stick to the road.
Yeah, I think I will too.
Alright. So the two of you all of you continue walking down the road, and it starts spiraling in on itself and more, and you follow the path until you get to the very center. And then you all feel a gust of wind launch you into the air.
Everybody grab onto Dilf Daddy.
do you fight it, or do you allow yourself to be taken by the wind?
Yeah,
I'm grabbing onto the heavy-ass Dilf Daddy, and I'm fighting.
Leah's gonna just try to grab on to probably Bora and Henna.
Yeah, I'm still holding on to Leah from before.
Okay.
So.
I will say each of you who are fighting it, roll me a strength save.
Oh god, I'm not good at those.
Same. Great.
Oh no.
Okay, Bora, are you holding on to Sir Dilf?
Yeah.
Okay. Bora, you managed to hold on to Sir Dilf while everybody else gets thrown off of Sir Dilf from the giant gust of wind. And even Sir Dilf himself can't grab a hold of the ground and hold on to it, as they're all launched further into the air, like 10 feet, 30 feet, 100 feet. And then all you hear is... as you look behind you, and a bird with rainbow feathers the size of a 747 comes swooping in.
Am I still holding Henna?
No, at the moment you're not, because you were all, like, sort of blown apart, like almost like a concussive blast from the center.
Great.
Bora is going to do her best to go for the bird.
Okay, you guys watch as Bora dives towards the bird.
Jesus Christ.
As the
I'm
bird...
just gonna reach for Leah.
to let you know that the bird is below you by like 30 feet or something, so it's not like leveled with you guys, but yeah.
So I'm just
Are
gonna
we
fly
falling?
past.
You guys are blasted into the air, and you guys are still going up, and then you eventually start falling, and Bora's basically just starting, like, this, you know, halo drop dive bomb on towards the bird.
Can I cast Featherfall?
Sure. You start
Okay.
slowly falling,
It says I can choose 5 people, so can I'm does it look like Bora is gonna be able to get the fucking thing?
roll me, a perception check.
Okay.
It looks like she could, depending on how she angles herself and how lucky she gets, she could. Or she might miss it entirely, you don't know.
I'm gonna trust Bora's ability, so I'm gonna cast Featherfall on myself, Henna, Kyler. Oh shit, I can cast it on everybody. Myself, Henna, Kyler, Bora. So I'm gonna cast it on everybody. Never mind.
Okay. So, wait, you said you can cast it on 5 creatures or 6?
Choose up to 5 fallen creatures within a range.
Yeah, I think you can cast it on everybody. I was gonna say because I thought that you wouldn't have been able to do it on Sir Dilf, and I was like, well, there goes Sir Dilf.
No, it says 5. So Dilf, Henna, Bora, Kyler, me.
All right. Really not Ta? Come on.
Ta is with me.
I know.
And Ta can fly.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say Ta can also fly. All right. So, you cast Featherfall on everybody, and you said including Bora?
Yeah.
You don't need to include me.
All right. So Bora, as you're trying to dive bomb towards this bird, eventually you feel your weight start to slowly drift and fall as, unfortunately, because of the slowed fall time, the bird just passes by and goes off into the distance, screeching. As you missed your chance to get on to whatever that bird was.
She gets very distressed.
No Rainbow Rock Mount for Bora.
She's like grasping at it, like, no, come back.
Yep.
No.
Something so majestic was within your grasp, and then you heard Leah you heard Leah say a few arcane words, and then you started to slowly drift down. And it killed your momentum.
I mean, as we're continuing to fall, Henna's just gonna cross her arms and go, trying to leave us behind again, Bora. Because that seems to be a theme at this point.
I just want a bird. I want to fly. That's all I've wanted.
He's gonna just turn her attention away from whatever this is and just turn to Kyler and Dilf and be like, I'm pretty sure I've just prevented our uncertain death. If we make out of this alive, you owe me both owe me another life. Well, Dilf owes me another life debt, you owe me a life debt.
The moment you said I'm pretty certain I have stopped us from certain death, you immediately feel yourself touch ground as you're still in the sky. Standing there, all of you.
Interesting.
And it feels like you're on solid ground.
Bird.
And it feels like you're on solid ground, but you're in the sky.
Can I do it?
Well, I do believe we've reached that canopy we were looking for.
Cool.
Wait, since Bora tried to do a nosedive for the bird, does that mean Bora face first landed on the floor?
No, probably belly first, but even then it was like 60 feet, so it didn't hurt her in any capacity.
Like, I like to imagine the
Bora.
second she started slowing down, she just completely shifted to where it wasn't gonna be a nosedive. It's just like, no, bird, come back.
Yeah. As it goes off into the distance, possibly never to be seen again.
That was Boro, and she saw the bird.
Was it? Yeah.
Leah's gonna still turn to them and be like, my statement still stands.
roll a persuasion check, Leah.
Do I need to roll 2 or just the 1?
I mean, at least one, because you have to convince Sir Dilf, but if you want to try and convince Kyler, that's a completely different ball game. Like, that's player interaction.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go with Dilf again.
But we are safe, young
I'm
lady.
gonna watch
There's
this
no need
chicken.
for... But we are safe, young lady. There was no way we would have perished from the fall if this is where we were going to land.
Very well. And then I'm gonna go on with the whole gender things again, where it's like, you have not asked me what my gender is. You cannot assume that you can address me as lady.
Yeah, he profusely...
I'm going to also
He profusely
reach out.
apologizes.
I'm going to reach out. He profusely apologized to you. But I'm going to help Leah get another life debt, and I'm going to try to deceive him into thinking that it is entirely Leah's fault that we are standing on air.
So you're trying to get him... You're trying to get him to break the life debt with her?
No, I'm trying to get him to further stack his life debt by convincing him through deception that Leah is the one who created this, and Leah is the one who got us through into this area.
Sure, roll a deception check.
As this is happening, I'm asking about, like, you ask people for their name and their pronouns, and that's how we go around it.
Yes, he just says, I apologize, I have not been accustomed to these ways.
I understand that, and that's okay, but here's how we're gonna go moving forward.
Alright. Then what pronoun should I give to you?
I am okay with she, her, but we need to ask people.
Alright, I will ask the others at a later point.
I'm very proud of you.
As you're trying to talk to your very cool, very socially awkward and misunderstanding uncle.
Oh, God.
Also, I would like to do this using my first level feature.
What is that?
I'm doing it telepathically.
Ah, so you're telepathically speaking to him.
Yeah. So nobody else knows that I'm trying to deceive him, and honestly, I don't know if even he'd know I'm trying to deceive him.
Yeah.
He just hears my words whispered in his brain.
Young lady, it seems that I may have what we call the brain worms. I'm hearing these incessant voices claiming that you created this air platform, but none of us saw this coming, not even you from your expressions. What is this witchcraft?
Leah's gonna just kind of nod and be like, witchcraft is not always bad. This is another thing we need to talk about in the future. It's quite alright.
No, I mean actual witchcraft. I know what magic is, and I know that magic can be very helpful. I am talking about actual things that hags do. We are in the realm of the fairies.
Leah's just like, I don't hear any voices. It's something we can talk about at a later date when we're not in immediate danger, which I think we are.
He looks down. Agreed.
It's okay that you're hearing voices. It's not a you issue. It's something we can discuss and something we can get you help for.
Worry not, young lady. I will protect you. He scoops you up. Leah. God, my brain.
I want to make him doubt himself, and I'm just going to do another brainworm whisper and be like, are you sure you can protect her?
God.
Roll a persuasion check.
As that's happening, Leah's gonna start her whole rant on consent.
All right.
Asking people before you touch them.
He puts you down. May I pick you up?
Yes, please.
Okay. He picks you up, and then immediately just kicks the ground and he says, come on, break. And then he just like, we must find the edge of where this infernal platform is.
As soon as he picks her up, I'm gonna start like hardcore hovering, just like making sure everything's fine over here.
Young lady, would you like for me to pick you up as well?
Yeah.
All right. He puts Leah on one shoulder and then Henna on the other.
Wait, we can get piggyback rides?
I like to imagine this entire time Bora's just been crying about the bird in the corner.
Yeah, she just like on her. I would imagine she like on her hands and knees and just like like tears streaming down her face. Like I was so close.
I just want a bird.
While you hear "yay" in the background from like Henna and Leah who are getting lifted onto the shoulders of Sir Dilf.
A show rides from Mr. Dilf. Yay! Kyler, wait, y'all get piggyback rides? Bro, my bird!
Pretty bird. My pretty bird.
We're so much more
Everything that's
productive.
happening right now is the best.
We're usually
thing.
so much more productive than this.
Are we? Are we really? Are you
Okay.
sure?
The three of us, yes. Although I guess we fully did acquire somebody who owes me a life debt.
Yeah.
So,
You found a
guess
new party member and blackmailed a possible knight into being in your life debts.
yeah. Well, I didn't Well, no, yeah, I fully.
What do you mean
blackmailed him.
you didn't blackmail?
You
Don't give me that.
man. You said you wouldn't help him unless he gave you a life debt. He was gonna die.
You also told him that if you ever break your debt to me, I want you to cut the bottom of your stomach so your organs will boil themselves in your gastric acids.
But that's only if he betrays us. I wasn't gonna throw him off the bridge. I was gonna just leave him there.
Okay, but he was hanging off the side and couldn't get up. But he was all of his armor, and you're like, I won't help you unless.
But I wasn't gonna kill him. Like, it's,
I mean,
I wouldn't have done the killing. Gravity would have done, or he could have got up. There was theoretically.
either way,
God.
it was this interaction that made Anna think I might have done something wrong with Leah.
Yeah, Henna's at this moment. She's just like, "Oh no, I've created a monster."
I feel like my gray morality may have done this. But
So I full on would like to point out that Kyler does not trust Sir Dilf's intentions. He seems too chivalrous to me. So that is why Kyler is trying to make him doubt himself and possibly go mad.
Fair.
and we don't know he's doing this, so we can't correct him.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You guys don't see any reaction or hear any reply, but you definitely spoke into his mind.
My skill set is you haven't asked.
What was that?
They haven't asked what my skill set is.
Oh, I know.
They don't know what my class is. They just know that I'm wearing nice white leather robes.
What the fucking Feywilds? Can we?
Yeah.
Can
Can we just...
At this point, whatever.
God.
Y'all are.
Probably continue on and try to find these
Yeah.
reversed falls.
Mhm.
After like 30 seconds of just crying on the ground, Bora will finally get up and say, "Okay, you guys owe me a bird,"
Yeah.
and then just start walking.
Yeah, I was gonna say, while you were crying, Bora, you noticed that anytime your tears started falling down, they'd keep falling and, like, go down to the ground, and they turn into gigantic droplets.
Jesus.
Just, like, completely soaking the plains around you in salt water.
So yeah, she'd pull herself together really, really quickly, wipe her face off, walk over to them, just kind of point at Leah and say, "You owe me a bird," and then just start walking.
Which direction?
Just whichever.
Alright, roll me a 1d8.
1d8,
Oh, no.
yay.
Okay, good to know. I'm gonna mark that down. What about the rest of you? Are you following Bora or walking in a different direction?
Leah and I are on Sir Dale's shoulders, so
I mean, you can command him. You are in charge of him, Leah.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask him to. I don't like Bora wandering off on her own, so I'm gonna just follow.
Okay.
Tell Dilf to follow.
Fine, what about Kyler?
Sighs, hangs his head. Guys, we should have kept going the way we were, but okay, I'll follow y'all.
Alright, so you guys all start walking towards that direction. And eventually, after about 5 minutes or so, you immediately see Bora start free-falling as, Bora, you just walked off a ledge.
Fuck.
Awesome. I'm going to instantly use my levitate.
Alright, you use levitate and levitate back up, and you now grab onto the ledge and climb back up.
Leah's gonna scramble off Dilf's shoulder and then, like, go run over and, like, ask Dilf to come help her drag Bora up.
Alright, Dilf just with one hand lifts Bora up and places her back onto the platform.
I just love that image of she's just walking, starts to fall, then just slowly levitates back up, looking very pouty.
Yeah. Like,
Love that image.
everybody just freaked out. Everybody just freaked out for a moment, and then just after a few seconds, she's just levitating back up and looks displeased.
okay, so we have to be
Very-
careful walking. That's a fact we now know.
Well, this last 10 minutes, and I can't use it again without resting for a long period of time, so I'm just gonna keep it going all 10 minutes, okay? Just drag me.
Just fully turn back to Kyler and be like, "Well, you were right. Look, head in your direction. Let's go."
Alright, so now, if Henna and Leah won, they can go back onto Sir Dilf's shoulders.
Is that considered a short rest if we're just like on his shoulder?
Sure.
Yeah, are we
Technically,
resting?
just walking can be considered a short rest.
Yeah,
You're
I
not
was
doing
gonna say, I mean,
strenuous
yeah,
activity.
it's not really extensive, so yeah, you guys can take a short rest while, like, once it's been like an hour, you guys can take a short rest, on his shoulders.
Great.
Bora, you're keeping the levitate up, and you're just sort of telling them to drag you, right?
Yeah, I guess I just grab Kyler's jacket and just levitate 2 inches off the ground.
I was gonna say, if you want, you can basically just go on to Sir Dilf's, like, shoulder, or, go, like, sort of like the chicken game in the pool, just be on his shoulders while, because you technically are considered 0 weight while you're levitating.
Yeah, I'll go over to Sir Dill, and I will just set my hands on either side of his helmet, so just I'm being dragged.
Sure.
I did forget to mention one thing about my outfit. I have a giant wooden chest strapped to my back.
Apparently
Just
that.
saying.
Just casually forgot to mention that. That's cool.
Yeah. Just
Yeah,
Just
I'm
casually
so used
forgot
to this
to mention.
this background and characters having a bag of holding already, so I forget that I have a giant wooden chest filled with monster hunting gear.
Great.
apparently that.
Wouldn't happen to have your sister in there, would you?
My sister?
Okay, just checking.
Nezuko, Demon Slayer.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
Like, I knew what you were doing. I wanted to see. I wanted to
Yeah,
see.
that went in my head
I wanted to
completely.
see if anybody else would catch on.
Eventually gotten there. Eventually.
Eventually, like 5 minutes.
Probably on Wednesday.
Yeah, I was gonna say 5 days later. He's just like, oh, now I understand the joke.
You should have just let it hang and let everyone be hella confused by my question.
I felt that it was too cruel. I was like, it would have just died and nobody would have realized it for like a week. But yeah, you guys continue on. with Bora.
I mean, unless your DM wants to change it to where I'm carrying around an NPC in my little wooden chest.
I mean, I'm willing to change it. That you have.
That would be hysterical.
I was going to say, if you want, I can say that there's the dismembered corpse of an NPC in there to facilitate more of the serial killerness.
No, not serial killerness. It would be a Nezuko reference.
No, I know that. It was just more of the joke is like, I'm not going to give you like a Nezuko in there, but I'm going to give you a body that you could, that if somebody opens up, they find like dismembered limbs.
Oh, so no, we're going to leave it as my monster hunting equipment.
Yeah.
Okay.
For now. Eventually...
Who knows? I may have vampire ashes in there.
Yeah. Eventually, what's called... He gets a big enough chest that they just put Henna in there and just hide her. Look at
No,
our
we're
talk...
gonna keep Enoch in there.
No, I was gonna say, look at our talking chest. It's very persuasive.
Indeed.
No. We need to find an enchanter, and we will enchant the chest. I will save up, buy a bag of holding, put all of my hunting gear in a bag of holding, and I will have someone enchant this chest where it casts Reduce on any creature that enters it.
I will climb in there and convince people from inside the chest to go along with whatever we're trying to do.
I am the chest of destiny. Help us out here, dog.
Yes. Yes.
Be a real one and help out the fam.
This is how we derail into further chaos, guys.
Yep. That's how cults are made.
It's the cult of Nezuko.
Don't you mean the cult of Henna? If
We
Henna's
box
one
up the
thing,
adorable half-elven bard, and then have the box talk to people. This is
Yep.
the cult of Nezuko.
Yes.
Oh god. So you guys continue on your journey. And eventually, going further and further, you see a bunch of clouds that have a waterfall falling from it, but it seems to be going backwards. The cult of Henako.
Honestly, it sounds like an off-brand Conoco.
Fair. Hell, why don't we just make the cult of Costco?
Yes.
Dismemberments on Wednesdays are free.
Yeah. Next thing you know, it's just like, I am the greatest performing chest in the world. Henna is just inside of it playing with her lute.
Oh my god.
We have begun a cult, and Enoch has nothing to do with our cult.
Yep.
Jesus.
It's honestly a miracle.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought that Enoch would not be the one to be in cult related activities? But instead the bard.
He already has his own cult.
Yeah, but instead the bard.
Honestly, with the way this is going, I feel like everybody's gonna have their own cult by the end of this.
Each of you have your own cults in different parts of the kingdom.
And two of us are gonna be cults of madness.
Yep. Next thing you know, like, next campaign is just cult wars. So there are about, like, 7 different cults that just sprang up out of nowhere. They got real popular, and now they're all at war with each other. We gotta really take them out now. But yeah. You guys see, a large section of clouds that are connecting to the ground by a reverse waterfall.
Well, that's definitely the direction we need to be headed in.
We were supposed to say something when we got here, weren't we?
Yes, we could, but the poor little punk rock gnome was breaking up, so I couldn't quite catch everything we were supposed to be saying.
I missed the first one, and I have the second one.
The gnome said. Wait. Do you guys get that?
No.
Discord literally said you may not know. It's not everything between you said and
The gnome
did
said
you get that.
Okay, I'm gonna say it again. Hopefully it'll at least let me. All right, the gnome said this.
Okay.
Nothing.
The gnome said nothing.
All right, so what are you guys doing with the going about the waterfall now?
All we heard was the gnome plays really pretty flute music.
Wait, what do you mean?
Said this.
What do you mean?
Silence.
What do you mean? What happened?
The gnome says dead silence.
Are you fucking kidding me? It silenced me.
No, this is why we're like crying right now.
God damn it! You
We're
guys
just not allowed to know.
apparently it's the forbidden information.
Oh god.
Let's just say we say the thing.
Sure.
Look, I know it's something, and then it's I want to learn how to cook.
It's this person wants to something about leaving, but also wants you to stay.
No, that's the third one.
That's the next
that
thing.
was-
Like,
Wasn't that? I don't know.
Finkelstein says goodbye when Finkelstein wants you to stay. Is one of the things they're supposed to say. And then there's something, and then I want to learn how to cook, but I'm not allowed to hear the rest.
My eyes are burning right now. I was crying so hard.
Life is cruel.
And the universe just does not want us to know what we're supposed to say. So I agree with the halfling. Can we go ahead and just assume we've said the thing and said it correctly?
Sure. It hasn't been that long, so I'll say you guys say the thing correctly.
Even though Discord doesn't want to let you say the thing correctly.
Yeah, apparently. So, you guys say the thing, and God help me. So you guys say the thing, and eventually a house with wings appears over in the horizon and makes its way over towards you.
I just had to laugh. I looked at Discord and we are giving Orin such concern.
Oh, 100%. It's just one like Magnus and Orin know nothing, and it's just all these different memes that are just like, what? It's like, you guys get piggyback rights and just more and
I
more.
appreciate that the concern increasing was after the cult of Heneko has begun.
Yeah.
And the angry Nezuko in a box.
Yep. They're just an angry Nezuko in a box, and it's like, what is happening?
The cult of Heneko has begun.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, the flying house stops right in front of all of you. We must show good manners, and we must knock on the door.
Okay, I guess we're supposed to knock.
It would be terrible.
By all manners, Dilf
Yeah.
Daddy.
What was that?
By your leave then, Sir Dilf.
He looks towards Leah.
Wait, was that Sir Dilf that did that? Said that?
He said it would be terrible manners upon us if we were not to knock.
Although he said it in his non-helmeted voice.
Yeah, that's why I was confused. Cause
Yeah,
I was
he-
wearing the helmet.
He took the
My
helmet.
dad walked in. I have no idea what was happening.
He took the helmet off.
Oh, okay.
I said that.
Bora floated away.
Okay, I said he took the helmet off. Did you guys not hear that, or did I just get
No.
lost? Okay.
My dad walked in. I wasn't paying attention.
All right. But yeah, Sir Dilf said, it would be terrible manners for us to enter without knocking first. So we should knock the door.
Is Boris still levitating with his helmet?
Yeah, if you took
Yes.
it off, where's she holding?
She's holding the side of his head. Like either side of his head.
She's just gonna pull herself around to look at him from his shoulder and just like, that's what you sound like?
Without the helmet,
Calling
yes.
him a dilf.
I would like to make Dilf Daddy doubt himself again. Of course, psychically.
What do you say?
I'm going to try to deceive him into thinking he needs to just barge right in.
No!
Roll
Leave
a
our dilf alone.
roll a persuasion check, or roll a persuasion check.
You're the one who told us we have to be kind and gentle.
I hear this.
I didn't mean to go into accent.
We want leave our dilf alone.
God. All the girls chanting "Leave our Dilf alone" is just.
This is so weird.
God. What do you?
We've taken a turn.
Excuse me.
What did you roll for your persuasion check, Kyler?
One sec. Okay, what was that?
Persuasion check. What did you roll for it?
Well, since I tried to deceive him, I rolled a 16.
No, I said persuasion check.
I mean, I can roll persuasion, but I'm just wanting him to doubt himself, not actually do it.
It'd still be persuasion, but yeah, you rolled 10. What's your? It's the same thing, so yeah, it would have been 16 anyways. If it was the same thing, it didn't really matter. But yeah, I'm gonna have them do a quick save. Alright. No, that'd be
Just enough
terrible
to
manners.
pass, but still low enough to start to doubt himself.
Yeah, he's just like, no, that'd be terrible of me. And then he goes up and he goes up to Leah and just takes a knee and he says, "My lady, do you mind if I knock on the door?"
Knock, Colt Daddy.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, what?
We can look towards Bora and Henna and see it with what they think.
He's still holding on to his head
I mean,
specifically.
we're
And just
in.
leans close and looks at him and says, knock on the door, Dilf Daddy.
Nod
I'd
and
say
in a
do
very
it.
monotone voice, knock on the door, Dilf Daddy.
He looks confused and he says, "But I am not your father."
I'm very glad you're not. Well, I'm very upset you were not my father, but we can touch on that at a later date. Just please go knock on the door.
Sorry, what did Leah say that?
Yeah, Leah's like, I'm upset you're not my father. This has been a better interaction than most of my interactions with him. But please go knock on the door. We can talk about this later.
He looks confused but says, "Alright," and then he goes over and knocks on the door, and eventually this port-bellied dwarf with wings opens the door and he says, "What can I do for you?"
Turns to the charisma character.
Which one?
turns to the
Looks
box
to Kyler.
turns to the box lady.
I mean, Box Lady is the one who we have confirmed is a charisma character.
Mhm.
Indeed. The box lady, great. um.
I have to keep Orin appraised of all this going on.
Oh, I know. Out of context quotes. "Knock on the door, Dilf Daddy."
Dilf Daddy.
Oh my god.
This is so weird.
Oh! No, let's not forget that this is the first session in which Nuz can start possibly using it for her final for his final project.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
There are so many scenes in this one where it's like, I can work with this.
Just the sound clip of "Knock on the door, Dilf Daddy," and there's like nothing for 10 minutes, just that.
And then there's Oren's response to all this. I can't believe I'm missing the DILF episode.
Yeah, Oren would be all over this episode.
I would.
Tell him we're keeping the DILF.
Yeah, I was gonna say, damn it, the gay character isn't here for the DILF? Wow, we've really failed.
We're keeping the DILF. And Leah's like, I've acquired a mate for
What?
Leah's gonna just start finding mates for each member of the team.
Oh my god.
I still love how this is apparently Bora's second option at a mate. And she was the first one to say, knock on the door, Dilf Daddy.
Apparently.
Isn't this also Bora's first interaction with him at all?
With his helmet off.
Yup.
She's interacted with him. She thought he was just a chump in a really bulky armor, and then he took the helmet off and she jumped on the Dilf train.
And then she's instantly like, oh, now I see the appeal.
So right now there's only one character in the party that's immune to Dilf Daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So far at the moment, yeah.
Watch, even Enoch is gonna jump on the Dilf Daddy train.
God, I hope so. That'd be so great.
Because I'm calling him Dilf Daddy and I'm the queen.
Yep. Yep. We have the scholar, the queen, and apparently the Dilf Daddy now.
Great. So now we have the door. Let's figure out the door.
Yeah, there's the dwarf just
Okay, so-
standing there waiting for one of you to
We need
respond.
to tell him to think about learning to cook.
Yeah. Oh, wait, is that... Are we learning... No, it wasn't the thing about learning to cook what summoned the house. Aren't we... Now Finkelstein says goodbye, but Finkelstein wants you to stay?
I'm laughing too hard to know I think so.
Okay. I hope so, because I'm gonna go with that.
Okay, you hear the dwarf say, "Enter all of ye, but only if ye have the balls. Or breasticles for this."
Straight up look down my pants. Yeah, nope, they're there. And I walk through the door.
Or just pouts a little bit, just like, they're small, but not missing.
You walk through the door and suddenly those specific body parts are hit with enlarge.
Yeah, boom! All of you just immediately just... they all just, like, enlarge specifically that.
Now Bora has a 36 double M.
Oh god.
I think that would just instantly break her back.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that would legitimately just insta-spine snap you just because of a Mortal Kombat scene. You just see the X-ray Mortal Kombat of Bora's back breaking. But yeah, you enter in and he says, "Alright, all of you go into the kitchen."
Okay.
I assume all of you do.
Are we still being carried by Dilf Daddy?
If you want to.
I was wondering if we ever got put down.
You haven't been put down yet.
Okay, so we're still being carried, and Bora's still holding on to him, trailing.
Yes.
This is beautiful.
She's basically, what's happening is she's basically like horizontally, like laying down horizontally, like, but just holding on to either side of his head with her hands and just like being dragged along. So it looks like he has a female Air Genasi as like a toupee wig, like on top of his already long hair, because he's not bald.
Remember, she is floating, so if she suddenly had a 36 double M, she wouldn't be floating, she'd just be weighed to the ground.
Jesus, it becomes anchors. God.
I'd go from being like only 150 pounds to being very heavy.
Somebody tries to bench press Bora, they instantly die.
Oh my god.
But, yeah.
Wait, does that mean they'd kind of just sort of drift off to the side and levitate equal to Bora?
Oh, God. But yeah, so, you guys, I assume you guys all go into the kitchen.
Oh god, I'm crying.
Try to breathe. All of you. So I assume all of you guys go into the kitchen, or who wants to refrain from going into the kitchen?
I will go into the kitchen, and I would like to say Kyler is so much more composed than I am right now.
I assume so. I assume all your characters are...
I will kind of just nudge Dilf Daddy and be like, we should probably go in there too.
Okay.
Oh god.
When you guys get to the doorway, he like crouches very low, like squat, like Slav squatting, so that your Leah and Hannah's heads don't hit the top of the frame.
Leah will try to maneuver down his body so he doesn't have to squat too low.
Sure, like a little monkey, you just sort of like clinging on to the side and like wrapping yourself around as you do this, and then you're all
I'm
entering
pretty
the
sure
kitchen.
I just have to duck.
Yeah, you just have to like pull your neck into your shoulders slightly. But yeah, you guys get into the kitchen. He says, "Alright, now all of you just spin around 3 times, say pimple poppers, pimple pecks, and then you'll be meeting someone who can help you get to where you need."
In, Dilf Daddy.
Off we go.
Alright. So you guys spin and do all that, and you all see smoke surround you, and eventually the smoke dissipates, and you're now in... the best way to describe it is you're now all in a room where everyone is having an orgy, and you are all just off to the side by what looks to be this very large throne with what looks to be a very long fey-eared creature in a silk shirt that's like unbuttoned down to the midsection and wearing very, very tight leather pants. "Hi there, how can I help you?"
Oh, hello, Jareth. I do not actually say that.
Yeah. "What can I do for you today?"
Who is this directed at?
Looking at all of you.
Leah's gonna just kind of turn her attention to Bora and Hedda and like gesture for them to talk.
Bora is frustrated. That's about it.
Fair one. We are seeking the king and queen so that way we can have a council with them about us returning to the prime plane.
Oh yes, I see what it is now. I'll help, but only if you do something for me.
Before we agree to this task, may we actually know what the task you request of us is?
I would like you to say, 10, face spiders over, in the weeping woods of Wilbury's Wallows, but only with the Wonka bars of your soul.
Begging your pardon, I'm not quite certain how we would go about using our... What was the phrase you used? Wonkerbaz?
This little goblin in a suit shows up and says,
For legal reasons, I'll be the one speaking now. Alright, so, he wants you to go to an area called Wonka's Weeping Willows. and he'd like you to kill not 10, sir, 2 phase spiders that are there. Do not destroy their exoskeleton if possible. To the best of your ability. I know that combat can be tricky. And do that, and he will aid you in finding the court of the king and queen. Yes. You know, like kicks his leg up
Well,
into the
my
air.
companions, you have been told what our task is. If you would like to agree to this, simply agree with him.
Okay.
What about the rest of you? How are y'all agreeing to this?
My phrasing is going to be, I will not openly agree or disagree with his request. However, I will accompany you through all legs of your journey.
We can attempt.
Wonderful. Would you like to partake in the festivities before you go?
I will politely decline, but thank you for your gracious offer.
Yes, thank you, but no thank you.
Leah's full, like, very proper upbringing has come out in whatever that looks like.
Arm stand up straight, shoulders back, so on and so forth.
Yup.
I see. Well, I will see you when the job is complete. You may call me, Jareth. And then he snaps his fingers and you all disappear. And you are now all standing in a field of blue grass, in front of what looks to be some woods made out of candy and chocolate bars and whatnot. As that's where we'll end the session.
Bora's just gonna process everything. She just